everybody? Welcome back to the Tournament of Champions podcast. It's a podcast where we put things from a tournament in a entertainment in a tournament.
Words.
They're hard.
Words are hard, man.
I'm glad you're the one that's doing them.
Yeah. Me too. I am the right choice to do this.
Yeah.
It's definitely not me, so yeah.
We normally
No, it's not me.
We normally put things from video games, movies, and TV, etc. in a tournament and judge them totally objectively because that's a possible thing to do. So we're not doing that for the next couple episodes, and we're back to our year-end lists, doing our top 10s.
Let's get real. This is why we started this podcast. Top 10 list.
Top
Woo!
10 list. Woo! 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 Yeah, and also because tournaments are really fun, especially the more inebriated you are.
And they're built off of top 10 lists, so one beat gets the other.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. Just a way to do both.
Yeah.
So we're starting the year-end best of 2019 lists. This episode, we're starting it with television, which we've had the discussion amongst ourselves. We would argue is probably the best it's ever been last year.
I wouldn't
even say I argue. I would say I declare.
Yeah, I do declare.
I do declare.
By the literal definition of the word great,
Yeah.
and by the figurative definition, it's the greatest year in television history.
Yeah.
100%.
I would agree with that.
You might have individual things that might be in the conversation for better than what we got this year, but content-wise, quantity-wise, I have a lot of TV I didn't watch.
Because of that, it was totally JD's idea.
Yeah, thanks. You're welcome.
I'm pretty sure. I don't know.
And he was
Probably not.
very prepared for this one.
Look, I mean, all it took was just like a edit and a. Oh, cool! I get to talk about these.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah, I move the on-men's thing down, and I add numbers to these.
Are you guys familiar with Google Docs? It's great. It's great.
Oh, man.
We are doing a top 20 list because this
Unprecedented top 20.
It's justified. Yeah, it's totally unprecedented.
Yeah.
So we're going to start with 20 through 11, and then you guys are going to have to tune in next week for 10 through 1, and we are doing pushing. So
we could
that
have some
means there
cross
could-
ep push.
We
Yes,
may bring up
which is-
shows that we don't even talk about this episode.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
We are literally holding you hostage to watch next episode.
We have to say if it's a top 10 push. We shouldn't say where, but we should
Right.
say top 10 push.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Unfortunately, I don't have a song for top 10 push.
It's okay. You just play it louder, Jeff, if you can. Just play it like 10 times louder, if you will, you know?
I don't even have the order written down because I'm on a different computer. I don't know what we did before last
I feel
episode.
like I haven't gone first in a while, if that helps.
Yeah, if you want to go
is-
first,
that is correct. It is sister.
and then I'll go last.
That's fine.
Yeah, because
you went
I went
last.
first the time before, so I went last time.
You went last time.
I went last
If you went
first.
first, you're
Last.
I'll just go last. So Kyle, then JD, then me.
Okay.
All right, fuck it. Who cares?
I don't expect this to be a push. I literally just put this on a second ago because I'm feeling frisky after one glass of wine, and I just kind of want to say fuck you to everybody. Putting Game of Thrones here because fuck you, everybody. Not a push,
not a
right?
push.
Can we talk about it
No.
now?
Not a
We
push.
can talk about it though.
Thank
we can
God.
talk about it.
Not on my list like 10 minutes
It's like
ago.
my second on men now.
Put it on here just to say fuck you to everybody.
Good,
Season was
good.
fine, everybody. Was it the greatest? No. Endings are hard. It was fine. Very entertaining. It was still I feel like regardless of what we all feel about the quality of the show, the experience was still there. So watching that show every week for me, it was still call your buddies and we're going over to a friend's house, and man, we had people showing up in Daenerys outfits and stuff like that. It was cool. It's a good time. So that was still very much alive, and that's the last time we're gonna get that in a while. That was it. That's the last time we're all gonna feel that we all love this show and everyone's championing it and stuff like that. Well, not that particular season, but that water cooler talk show, that type of show that we all get together and watch en masse and stuff like that. Very common thing. So I feel regardless of what people thinks of that show, I think it ended the way it did, for better or for worse. And sorry to see it go. It's going to be a long time before we ever get anything like that again. Show of a lifetime type of situation where it's just it felt like the whole world was watching this thing. And we're not going to get that for a long time. So I think it was worth bringing up.
Okay, I respect your fortitude, your guts for bringing that up.
Very brave, yeah,
Forward
sure.
all your hate mail to Kyle.Neely
At twitter.com.
That's how that works. Yeah, that's exactly how that works.
You can tell I use Twitter.
That's the name of the guy. That's literally
Please
your
tweet
handle.
me. Yeah, tweet all of your hate towards me. Thank you. I know we all liked it. Don't do this. Don't do this thing where we're going to be quiet all of a sudden. I know y'all both enjoyed it.
Yeah,
didn't love it.
Fine.
I did.
Didn't love it. Didn't love it, but enjoyed it. I know you both did. So
There were some character choices that made no sense, but
Jamie, they ruined Jamie. So what? What are we gonna do about it? We'll rewrite the show. I don't know.
No, I mean it doesn't change how I feel about the series overall. Like that's,
It doesn't. It gave us 10.
That's what makes me want to defend it more, is because
years.
it wasn't bad. It just wasn't what people expected, and people just need to fucking get over
I think
themselves.
people forgot about the Hound fighting his brother, like on the church,
On the fucking steeple with dragons and
that's it,
fire
apart,
in the
dragons
background.
fell in the back. I think we all forgot about that for a hot second, but it's there. Plenty of issues with that show. I'm not going to sit here and defend that it's like a perfect season, but I think that it's a fine season. And out of all the shows that came out this year, this show still was one of those like big major event shows. I'm just sorry to see that go, like the event portion of it. I just don't know what other shows offering that right now. Stranger Things, I guess. I don't know.
I guess that'd be Stranger
Do people get together and watch that? I don't know.
That's the thing. People just watch it on their own time.
Yeah. I guess if we watched the first like 3 or 4 episodes of season 3 this year with other people, but like we weren't paying attention and stuff like that. So
it's not like Westworld can be that show because it's too smart, right, Kyle?
Yeah.
It's too smart. You don't know how to say that, Jeff. That's a bad word.
Cerebral.
Don't say that. Oh my god. Wow. I am hairs on the back of my neck raised because I heard all these people going, he's not allowed to say that.
Well, I did.
JD, what's your number 20 that I'm going to push probably? I don't know. We'll see. Probably not.
That you're going to push. I put Dead to Me at 20.
Oh, that's a good show.
Yeah, thank you.
That's a really good.
I really appreciate that.
What's Dead to Me?
Linda Cardellini, Christina Applegate. It's on Netflix. It's really good.
It's really good.
It's a.
I've never heard either of y'all talk about this show.
Oh yeah, you have. Totally.
Well, I've skipped those in the comments. Then.
Yeah, it was early in the year, like maybe.
I remember the show now, the Christina Applegate comedy.
Yeah. She's the main character. Her husband dies, and it just kind of deals with the fallout of that. She befriends Linda Cardellini, and there's drama, and it's got Cyclops in it, and he's really good.
That's a loaded sentence. He's great. 30 Rock, I believe.
Which one?
He's great.
Just kidding.
The old one.
The Miles Teller looking one.
Okay, it's got Teddy from Westworld.
There you go.
Teddy Westworld.
Teddy Westworld.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, thank
Teddy
you.
West
Yeah, no.
It's gonna stick, man. Like, no, it's not.
It's really
It's
good.
good to hear. I've heard a lot of people talk about this show and how good it was. And
easy as shit to digest. It's coming back for a second season. So
and that's the other thing. Like probably
worth watching.
Probably worth
10,
getting to watch
30-minute episodes, dude. Super easy.
I like
And
comedies.
funny as shit. Linda Cardellini is hysterical.
That show and another show from Netflix had like this crazy good binge,
Yeah. I think the other one.
and I just couldn't stop. Every
Maybe
episode
on
ended
the
on a cliffhanger. That's a really good pick. It's not even in my. It might be in my 50 somewhere. I don't have my rankings in front of me.
Absurd to me.
It's not my honorable mentions, and I do have like 11 of those.
Yeah. It was good.
Anyway,
Man.
it's really good though.
Check it out if you haven't, because it's super easy to watch.
All right, cool. So my number 20, I am preparing the music. My number 20 is Mindhunter.
That is a top 10 push.
Yeah, that's like the hardest of pushes into 10.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well,
We'll see you next episode, Mindhunter.
where you'll have to tune in to find out. All right.
Pretty early. Oh,
All
sorry.
right, I don't think I'm ever gonna go. Honestly. All right. So Kyle, what's your number 19?
I changed it last second because I can't bear to hear y'all have crickets again. I had Vikings there, but I just can't stand it. So I put Letterkenny there, which was probably going to get the equal amount of crickets.
That's what I like about you. I get that.
It's no winning with you two, I swear. We always disagree. When does this happen? No, Letterkenny, I really enjoy this show. I just got into the show maybe 7 months ago. Way late to the party on it. 2 seasons this year, which is weird. Yeah, I really like this show a lot. I needed something like Trailer Park Boys that wasn't that stupid, but also kind of the same thing as that, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
And I think that Letterkenny gives exactly that. And there's a lot of really fun. I think there's a whole episode where they just do double entendres, and it's like one of the greatest things ever. I was laughing the entire time. We watched it at work. All of us were just laughing in there and everything. It was great. I really like this season. I really like this show a lot. It's a show that I've ignored, apparently. People have been telling me to watch the show for a while. Just really enjoy it. Very funny. It's on Hulu. All the seasons. Go watch it if you don't know what it is.
Super short seasons, too. No excuse.
Very short. Like 6 episodes. Like
That's why there were
short.
2 of them, I assume.
Basically, Gilmore Girls, just so everybody has a comparison.
It's
Gilmore basically
Girls,
Gilmore Girls because I hear
guys.
I hear it snappy like Gilmore Girls,
Right.
so it's
Unlike
it's the same
show
thing.
From the people that created Gilmore Girls, that's also quippy and fast paced and an
Yes.
ensemble cast. It's almost like that's a better show to compare.
And
it to.
that one's just Gilmore Woman.
Yeah.
This one's Gilmore Guys.
Gil less women, just because it's fewer.
What?
I don't know.
We gotta stop drinking during this. I'm just kidding.
We just started.
I know we did. It's gonna get worse. It's only going downhill. Anyway, I really enjoy that show, and I think it's because of you, Kyle, that I started watching it. It's really fun.
I'm glad you enjoy it. Yeah, we all need a good comedy every once in a while.
That and their deep cut wrestling references in that one episode, where it's like at the beginning they do a riff.
Oh, I was eagle-eyed. After you brought it up, I was eagle-eyed, man. I was like, oh yeah, here we go.
and the whole time, skinny goth kid who works out now.
Yeah.
He
script his shit all of a sudden.
yeah. Good for that guy. But he's like constantly like, okay, cool. When can I lift him up and fight? Like, stat. When can I lift him up over my shoulders, like, and give him an attitude adjustment like John Cena? Like he keeps wanting to fight like John Cena.
And that's when I do the pile driver. Never do the pile driver.
That's so stupid. I love it
Don't
so
do
much.
any wrestling moves when you fight him.
And then he does one anyway. He fucking
Anyway.
and he wins it. It's great. It's such a great episode.
Oh, it's really good. Yeah, it's really good. You got 2 really good seasons. 2 very different seasons, I would say, too. One feels like very like one shot, one theme, and it works so well. I really like. They just pile on McMurray all season, and it's that TV show that they're doing or whatever.
Oh, I love that.
They're getting tanked during the TV show every episode, like just tanked. It's so hilarious.
We have whatever Freddie on the line. Oh, is it really?
oh shit, buddy! I haven't talked to him in a while. Yeah, and it's just like it's a TV show inside of a TV show. I love it. I just love it. I love it. Like, it's really good year for Letterkenny. Usually, most years you don't get 2 seasons. Usually, you get 5 episodes or 6 episodes, and then you get a holiday episode later in the year, and they just randomly choose a holiday.
Yeah, they decided to count their episode count towards a holiday. Like one of the seasons has like 7 episodes. Just because one of them's supposed to be a holiday episode.
Oh wow! Okay,
but they didn't call it a holiday episode. It's not a Christmas episode.
Sure, but that's what it's considered. Yeah,
exactly. I don't know why they're going by British rules of TV making, but
because they still are under British rule up there in Canada.
Oh, that's a good point. That's good.
I don't think that's true, but
that's probably not.
Is it British Columbia? Maybe they're just.
They don't teach us Canadian history down here.
They really don't. They're like, and up there is I don't know.
Actually, I actually know
Canada has
nothing about Canada, so
yeah.
They don't teach us anything about that.
Yeah, no, they don't. They're like, I don't know. There could be land up there. I don't know. Nobody knows.
Yeah, I don't know. Do people live up there, or is it just like mooses? I don't know.
Pretty sure there's Eskimos. I have no fucking idea.
Oh man.
Wayne Gretzky retired up there. That's all we know.
That's all we know.
That's
Wayne
all we know.
Gretzky and maple syrup, and boom, there you go.
Sarah Palin can
all
see
the
it
maple syrup comes from there. Yeah.
And Bob's your uncle. I don't know. It might have come from there. I have no idea. So that's your number 19. JD, what's your 19?
Oh man, I put Stranger Things at 19. I don't feel really good about that choice.
Is that a that's not a push?
Just a little bit of a push.
Okay.
Little push?
All
Okay.
right.
I just played the cowbell. Or is that a cowbell?
Of course, that's a cowbell.
Okay. Cowbell. My number 19 is probably another push. It's Love, Death, and Robots.
Oh, slight push.
Yeah, it's pushing to 10.
Pushing to 10. Wow.
Ooh, damn! Look at you.
Gotta play this song for longer now. All right, sorry. It's amazing that I don't get. I think it's because I'm talking. We're mostly talking over it. I've never gotten copyrighted for playing that song.
I think that's actually what they
listens to
be
us.
honest.
Yeah, it's probably because I'm like while it happens, or like all talking. Like can't content ID this shit.
Look, we're just like one bad crack problem away from an original member of Salt and Pepper, and then they're gonna get desperate for cash and start.
Miss
like,
Salt is gonna be livid.
Salt is
Oh, dude, which one is more popular? Is it salt or pepper?
It's Peppa. Why did you just
and then
white boy
Cumin's gonna.
Oh wow! I
You
see.
guys
I don't
know me.
use hard R's at the end, so I can't. I didn't feel comfortable saying that. So.
Pepper.
Pepper.
Don't do that.
Only my friends call me. I wonder how mad the N is gonna be. Salt and
The an apostrophe.
Oh
yeah.
Pepper.
Yeah.
Sorry, this is getting stupid. Kyle, what's your number 18?
I don't know.
One double of whiskey down.
I don't know. Why'd you ask me?
Why are you not even on?
Why did it have to
another
be
one.
me?
I expect just that. You know, my whole list is just you guys being quiet. So welcome to the Kyle Hour, everybody. My number 18 is Into the Badlands. This last season was impeccable. We do not have martial arts TV on this level. It's gone now, so now we literally don't have martial arts TV on this level.
Dead.
It's dead. It's literally dead, so we don't have it. Maybe someone will step in. I know. Did we all just watch that weird, dude from the raid, do magic kung fu this year? Was that just that was last year, right?
2 episodes of it and laughed.
Woo Assassin or whatever.
Yeah,
that is not replacing Into the Battle. You know what I mean?
It's just canceled. Yeah.
You know what? It just got canceled. So, no, I have no idea what they're doing with that show. I didn't hate that show. It's just Into the Badlands is so fucking superior in every way. It's so well done, and it's not goofy, and it's fantasy and stuff like that. Whereas Wushu Assassin is really goofy. Into the Badlands is just a lot of fun, and this is another one of those things we're seeing another show go that we just don't have right now. We're losing another, I would dare say, entire genre to this year, and who knows when we're going to get another one. I really don't know. So I think the fights were absolutely outstanding in this season. The budget kept on ramping up. That seems to be that network's thing. It's hey, if you keep on getting seasons, we'll just double your budget. And it just looks better and better, and you get so many great character moments, and they just do a great job with characters in this show, and I just really enjoy it. If you make me care about why you're kicky punching, you win. You know. The second it's nonsense Wu Assassin, where I'm just okay, there's good and evil, and it's whatever. I check out really quick. So I like that there is just a lot of context to why people are getting their faces chopped off and stuff like that. With a lot of sword play in this series. I just really enjoy it. So had to get it on there. Had to give it a shout out.
Cool.
The only episodes I haven't watched of that are the ones that were from last year. So I'm completely caught up except for those last.
I think you enjoy. You've enjoyed all the. It just keeps on getting better. So the fights just get better. They just. It just gets so good. This season, and it sucks. It ends like Ash versus Evil Dead, which I don't know if y'all kept up with, but it's just we are ending on a concept that's gonna be so huge next season. Next season's gonna be so there is no next season. Your show got canceled. So
fucked up, man. But they knew that in advance too.
The ending is so, but there is an ending in this, and it's so satisfying to everything that's going on that you not getting another season, you can just go oh. That's a story for another. You know what I mean? Just how the one ends, where he goes to hell and he's I guess I'll fight everybody here forever. We didn't get a sequel to that movie. You just know that that's what's happening. That's
1-2 punch.
Yeah, the 1-2 again. That's how I felt about this. It's it'd have been cool if we got that season, but you get what's gonna happen next, and there feels like a real resolution here. So I don't want to scare away that it's some giant cliffhanger ending or anything like that. It's just they set up some really high concepts for if it kept on going. We would have been very happy. I promise.
Damn it. Well, that's great to hear. It ends on a cliff, more or less.
No. That's what
a conceptual cliffhanger.
I specifically said it doesn't end on a cliffhanger. It's just
I see what you're saying.
If it continued to go on with its next arc and story, we would have gotten some cool stuff.
Those rat bastards at AMC had to do 3 spin-offs of Walking Dead.
And
we couldn't keep Halt and Catch Fire going. We literally needed the show that was should have
keep Halt and Catch Fire going, which was fucking outstanding.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And never got an increased budget, by the way. That show was always almost canceled every goddamn year.
Yeah.
AMC fucking...
Every time they renewed it, I was oh, really? Oh, cool. All right.
Because it was always super late.
Yeah.
Always super late.
Always. It was a month before the premiere date.
Yeah.
Maybe not that drastic. Can you imagine?
You're not that
By the way,
far off.
you're renewed. Give us more episodes next month. Go for it.
Yeah. You have to shoot the whole season in 20 days.
I love that show. Anyway, so that was your number 18, Jard.
It was Love, Death, Robots, so we're pushing it.
Oh yeah, that's right. We're pushing.
Yeah.
Well, let me at least cue the music because I know it's a 10 push. So
it's the hardest of pushes.
Yeah, 10 pushes get it every time.
10 pushes. So my number 18, I swear to God, if this is a push, I'm never going to talk about my shows. Castle Rock is my number 18.
I didn't finish it, you lucky fuck.
Nope.
No. 2 episodes left.
Fucking Kyle doesn't have it on his list and he finished it. You son of a bitch. You son
You son of a
bitch.
I've been talking 3 TV shows now.
You have, yeah. This is the Kyle
And I'm
show,
the
yeah.
bitch.
I just love. I mean, this is probably. I think mainly because the lead performance from Lizzie Kaplan is
she's
fucking
so
phenomenal.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
I mean, it's like it elevates the show completely for me.
Yeah.
But on top of that, I just felt like this season was more. I don't want to make it sound like season 1 lacked coherence, but this one felt more coherent and focused.
I will 100%
yeah.
agree with that, but I think this season is I just don't like it compared to the first season. But I agree with everything that you're saying, that it's so more focused and coherent and everything, and it just probably makes for a better narrative, a more coherent narrative.
That's where I felt in line with it.
I just like the weird and like season 1. There were plenty of times where I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? And I just like personally I just like feeling like that.
Yeah,
I like being lost in the woods, like Westworld season 2. I felt like that most of the time. I'm like, I don't even know what's going on, and I'm gonna watch some YouTube videos. Like, I like
this
being
one.
like that.
This one's more like the battle lines are drawn, and you kind of know who.
Yeah,
who's
and
fighting who.
I don't, and I
actually
again,
prefer
I
that.
sound like the asshole here, where I'm like, well, let's knock season 2 down a peg or two. That's not what I mean by that. It's so focused and it's so quality. And I think it knows what it wants to be in the story it wants to tell, and it affects on that, or it executes on that effectively.
I just loved the way that they wrote Annie Wilkes' character. Despite all this supernatural bullshit happening around her, she never lost what led her to being the character we know her from in Misery.
Yeah,
That's the thing. I was always like, so where does Misery take place in all this? Oh,
Yeah.
well, it hasn't happened yet. Okay, cool.
Yeah, exactly.
exactly.
But even like the flashbacks with her, it just felt like, I don't know, it felt true to that. Even though I'm pretty sure I've never seen Misery, but it felt like
it's really
it felt
good.
true to that the concept of that story. You know what I mean? It felt like
It does. So,
flashbacks.
so she's obsessed with a writer, and her father being a writer. It's all these echoes of like these issues with her father. And again, like her father would always call her, "You're my number one fan," and she's the number one fan of this new writer. And it's this cyclical nature of her like mental illness.
Yeah.
And it's so funny. That's why I'm like, oh, this show's gonna be really grounded. So when they start getting not grounded,
yeah, they start
later in the season.
one.
Things get really weird. I'm gonna resurrect an entire Renaissance period of people, and it gets wild, man. And I like that's when I was like, ooh, yeah, this is getting more like. And there are some major season 1 like callbacks. There's even things that reframe the ending of season 1 completely, which I really enjoy because season 1 kind of leaves you ending like, wow, was that guy like from a different dimension, or was he like the devil?
Yeah.
And like you don't really know. Like he tries to play it off like he may be from a different dimension, but like he's probably the fucking devil, right? He's probably like this
from
evil.
another time.
Sure,
And then
he's
this season like really starts answering questions. And I didn't think these seasons were going to connect at all, not even a little bit.
Yeah,
So,
I didn't either.
Yeah, that was a pretty earth-shattering conclusion on episode 7 or 6 or whatever.
That was 7 because I've seen through 8.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, that was the
So you
previous.
remember
So
it,
I know. Yeah, I know about the twist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty earth-shattering.
That was cool. I remember
tie to
like
season
jaw
1.
dropping like, oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Me too. Like
They're doing this. Yeah.
They didn't even list him as an actor and stuff like that, like in the promo. So I'm
good
just
for
like,
them
oh my god.
Yeah.
And even then, he was still only briefly in that one moment because
But that was it. That was so effective. You didn't need him any more than that.
And it's perfect because other characters are supposed to represent him reincarnated.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
and he's hooded too sometimes. I think, right? So it's like you didn't even have to have that actor, like just someone else.
That's true. That's true.
And the statue looks nothing like him. Like, sorry.
Sorry.
That was a total misdirect.
Sorry,
which
props
is
department.
fine.
Fucking assholes.
No, I'm glad that they
Kidding.
did that. Because if it looked like him, you would know.
That's true.
I mean, if it
That's a good
resembled
point.
him at all, you'd be thinking that. So.
But yeah, Lizzie Kaplan for all the acting awards. That primarily
Dude,
boosts
she's
the
been great.
show for me.
Ace Redfield is
Jesus
good
Christ,
too.
dude.
Good too.
And I love Tim Robbins in this too. The
Yeah,
Shawshank character.
Stephen King, anything with him just seems to.
I'm so glad he finally got into a Stephen King movie for the first time. That's great. Good for
I
him.
know, never
For the
before.
very
Never
first time.
before.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to say Shawshank character. I meant actor. But they did actually. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this to you guys in our personal chat. But like the guy, the guy, kind of like the main antagonist.
Yeah.
So he's Kiefer Sutherland's character from Stand By Me.
Right.
He's like the kid bully who's like older. Which I didn't know. I didn't know. They kept calling him Ace, but I don't know that character's name by heart.
Merrill.
Oh,
Even
so
though-
that's
Yeah.
actually him.
Yeah, that's actually that character.
Oh, whoa.
He's just
okay.
older.
Trying to be
yeah.
like he's represented. Oh, that's
that explains his assholery. Because he's already an asshole.
Absolutely, yeah.
Before all the shit happens, he's already an asshole. So he's just like a perfect vessel for them. Yeah, so it's a really good show. I highly recommend it for people that, especially people that like the first season.
I really
like the first season.
It not being on my honorable mention is not a slight to the show at all.
Yeah, that's the same that I feel for like Letterkenny and.
No, you don't.
Show you mentioned.
I'm kidding. That's fine.
Game of Thrones is kind of like, I mean, they're not even in my top 50, but it's just because I watch fucking. Not everything, but it feels like everything. And like
I watched everything, and I'm nowhere near 50, so I'm so surprised. I don't even know what.
I'm like past 100 shows watched at this point.
Now, is that watched completely or started?
Completely.
Too? Wow.
Seasons. Like
but I didn't even know 100 shows came out, so that's.
There's so fucking.
Like, were you watching like Canada TV or something? Were you watching
just, I watch like a week. I include shows weekly shows that the Fox type of shows like Family Guy or whatever that are still going. I watch those shows like every week. Like, so I don't lose track, and that's easier to keep up with those instead of having to binge watch everything.
I feel you. Yeah.
So I just never lose track of those. I will at some point, I'm sure, but whatever. It's fine. It's fine.
I don't know. I feel like I should send help to you or something. I don't know.
I'm cheating. Steroid performance enhancing watching.
Yeah, he's taking awake drugs, and he's getting twice the amount of watch time that the rest of us are.
Hey, I'm doing that too, and I didn't get anything.
Different awake drugs.
I don't remember nothing.
I'm literally doing all of the awake drugs.
I'm talking
right
Jeff
now.
is over taking like handfuls of 7-Eleven awake pills. Like, oh fuck, like experimental. Like it's probably killing his kidney.
It's horny goat weed. It's totally fine.
I watch TV and movies 24/7, 365 days a year, and you start like sounding like a Lord of the Rings character. It's like your voice is distorting and everything.
You shall not watch.
Yeah, you shall not.
So what's your 17, Kyle?
Oh, we're already back at me, huh? Y'all will at least be able to talk about this one. I doubt it's on y'all's list, though. I have The Boys. The Boys at 17.
Slight push.
Slight push for Judd.
Wow.
Slight push.
We're never going to get out of the intro of the fucking song.
Yeah, this one's going to be a push for... This one's definitely going to be a push for Kyle.
Oh, you're 17?
My 17, yeah.
Oh, let me cue the music. Okay, what is it?
It's Mando.
Yeah, we're pushing that like so hard.
Yeah, I know.
Let me get to the end of the song, because that's how hard of a push it is.
Could you just play the whole song? Because literally we'll probably be talking about that show maybe last. I don't know.
I'm just going to keep it going while I talk about my 17. That'd be funny as shit.
Hey, we got to the ooh baby baby.
We
That's
did get
good.
to the
That's
ooh baby.
progress.
There's singers in the song we found out.
Yeah, right.
That's the true cliffhanger of the show. When do
Exactly.
they start singing?
Exactly.
Yeah, actually, it's not just the instrumental version. We have the rights to the phone. No, we don't. I'm sorry. No, we don't. You two. I'm sorry.
We did.
No, we have the rights to hit play on YouTube and have speakers going.
Yeah. We have internet, therefore we have rights.
There we go.
So my number 17, it could be a push. It's Crashing.
No, not a push.
Not a push?
I did.
my God.
I
Pete
loved
Holmes?
that show.
That's a total. That would probably be on my. It's not a push.
somewhere?
It's not a push. I'm sorry. I forgot
it's
to
in
put
my
the show.
Hunmans, aka the rest of my list.
Oh, that's cool that you would have included it. That's
I probably
good
would
enough
have.
for me.
Yeah, I don't know what I would have knocked off. Probably Game of Thrones because I don't need to make
Dude.
points about that show. But
Yeah. We would have brought it up in honorable mentions anyway. So
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought it up anyway because people need to lay off on that fucking show.
I mean,
but
and it's like it happened 8 months ago too. So like maybe just like get over it.
yeah. Oh my God, the subreddit will not fucking.
I know. Yeah, I'm not even
Jesus
on Reddit,
Christ.
and I
Dude,
see
there's
links
still-
to that Reddit all the time. Like, you should see what's going on with this. No, I don't want to.
Still like little subtle jabs, like in those Watch Mojo top 10s. It's like, yeah, before Game of Thrones started not giving a fuck about character development, they did this.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
yeah. It's
really?
oh my God. Watch
Like,
Mojo
can we just
is
fucking get
it's
all the way off the show's back? Like,
I love Watch
all the way
Mojo
off.
so much, but they do that shit all the time where they're like, before they ran out of source material,
I
yeah.
swear if the prequels,
the characters made sense. I'm like, fuck yourself. Come
if
on.
the
like,
Anakin prequels came out in the social media era, we would never get new Star Wars.
No.
oh, I know.
Never.
Yeah.
We never gotten
so.
to it. We
We're
never
barely
gotten through.
getting new Star Wars right now with the current sequels. You know.
Right. And it's like
They
good
literally
now.
canceled probably the best idea, not canceled, but like put off, like the best idea they've had so far. And Kathleen Kennedy's like, no, I don't think so. It's
Nah.
too much like Yoda.
I like this. I don't know why I make her
It's
sound like
too
that.
much
I
like
this.
Mando. You need to get another babysitting show. Like,
You make her sound like
fuck you, lady.
15-year-old girl.
I make her sound like
Yeah.
I like this.
I'm fucking Kathleen Kennedy.
It's a joke. We know she's a professional woman who has actually made decisions that are.
I actually like
her
every
track record's
Star
pretty
Wars
fucking
movie that-
good. If
All
you-
the movies that have come out under her
Yeah.
tutelage, I've enjoyed. But seriously, it's time for you to go.
Yeah, it's true.
You don't
need-
care.
you need that
just don't care. You
Feige-esque
don't care. You don't care on the
vibe.
level that I need you to care.
Yeah.
Need you to go.
Like Feige went in there and said, "Here's what we're doing, but I'm keeping my cards close to the vest.
Yeah.
Here's what we're doing for 20 movies, 20 plus movies," and it made all the sense in the world when you saw Endgame. Like
Yeah.
everything
You just
culminated in that from every movie
Just
that you
telling
saw.
you. Can I go on record and saying if you just give everything to Dave Filoni, we'll all be very happy. That's all I'm saying.
Unless you talk to this is relevant. By the time we even post this, it's still relevant. There's a video on Twitter of a guy losing his shit. I think it's John Campia. I've never been a fan of his. Losing his shit over the possibility of Ahsoka, is that her name?
Yep.
Ahsoka,
Beating Darth Maul. I swear, if she beats Darth Maul, fuck you, Dave Filoni, I'm out.
First off,
He's
can I call this
so
fucker
mad.
out? Clone Wars happens before Rebels, and he's alive during Rebels, so you're an idiot. You're a fucking moron.
And he made it sound like it was Ahsoka was Filoni's creation, but everybody on Twitter was like correcting him and going, "That's George Lucas's character." Like that's
true too. Yeah.
Yeah. He created that character because he
God.
still had the rights for Star Wars when he was writing some of that stuff.
Speaking of Ahsoka Tano, the Rosario Dawson playing her in live action resurfaced again after 5 years. This rumor actually happened 5 years ago, and all of a sudden it popped up again this year. And I'm just like, I don't care. Just make that happen.
Just make that happen. I love her.
That's all I have to say about that. I love her, and Ahsoka is literally the best good guy character in all of Star Wars.
Anybody that can get intimate for a long period of time with Eric Andre,
Whoa,
you got my respect. Yeah, she dated him for a long time.
Because comedy, you get fucked when you're funny, dude. Like that's for real, dude. Like for real.
You get fucked in a good way. Don't get fucked, dude.
No. Like, you literally get fucked. Like not like by life, you know.
It's not gonna make it.
People like funny people. You know, that's just the fact. You know?
I gave JD a big cup for wine.
It's like
and
a
he's
beaker
trying
glass.
he's trying to pour the whole rest of the bottle into it.
It's a beaker glass.
And it's like a game of you're not gonna make it, dude.
Bro, your carpet's on the line.
Your carpet's on the line. I don't know about that. Have you seen the stains on the fucking carpet so far?
I haven't looked. I'm
Okay.
too scared.
There's too much. Like it's not shit, or it's not like I'm just shitting on the carpet and rubbing it in. It's like mud or something that I just.
No, dude, my bedroom is the same way. Where like I'm meticulously clean and I have spots all over my carpet and I have no idea how they get there.
Yeah, it's very confusing.
Yeah, that's already happened.
This carpet was brand new when I moved in.
Same
So
here.
they're gonna
Like
have to redo it.
they've recarpeted this room before we moved into this house. So like
Carpets are bullshit. The official stance of entertainment.
if you get carpets, get dark ones so they don't show stains. You fucker.
Wow,
It's bad.
JD is apparently more dirty than all of us.
Muddy as fuck.
Yeah, it depends on where you live. Sometimes it's muddy. I take the JD, Kyle, you know too, because you've been to my place. There's like a sidewalk that leads to my place. I typically just walk on the grass to cut through because it's faster.
So do I. If I park on the street there, like I walk through the grass to get to you. Yeah.
Right. So like, sometimes puddles form when it rains, and I totally can't see it when I'm walking. I'm like, fucking sprint walking. To my speed walking to my apartment because I want to, get shit done. And then like a giant fucking puddle, like
just ruined your day.
Yeah, it just ruins your fucking day. My pant leg, god damn it, so mad.
Then you have to change like one sock, which is a pain in the ass.
Yeah, we totally digress big time because my number 17 is crashing, and I haven't.
Oh yeah,
about that show. I haven't said a fucking word about that show.
Pete Holmes is great.
Season, most awkward relationship fallout ever.
Yeah, he had. You finished the last.
I watched the whole series as a binge early in the year.
That's a perfect binge, dude. Honestly,
it was
because it ends on a very high note for that girl that you're rooting for him to end up with. Yeah.
I like the
and
Allie.
And even though,
Allie. Yeah, she's great.
And even though they were canceled, I was like, "Are you sure?"
Yeah.
Because you ended it fucking perfectly.
Right.
What else could we possibly need from you?
Yeah, it was good. It was really good.
It was just brilliant because you see them, and I'm kind of spoiling it for anybody that hasn't seen it, but him getting back with Allie at the end, and they're not even back together. They're just rekindling their friendship.
Yeah, they're just
and that's enough. That's enough. You know what I mean? That's all you need.
It's a really good journey that whole season.
Yeah. I agree.
Man, and talk about another horribly reflective show for me where I'm just been in a toxic relationship like that, been in one that fell out kind of like that before, but to rekindle kind of a friendship, and I don't have a lot of friends that I stayed ex-girlfriends that I stayed friends with, but I have a couple, and it kind of it ends up kind of like it's just so real. I guess that's my meaning without being too drawn out.
I was
like
gonna say it
feels real.
It's really fascinating how relatable this show is, despite none of us being in the comedy circuit at all.
No, because
and I'm sure some of that is relatable to some people, because I think this does capture stand-up comedy in a
I think it does too.
light.
I think it does too. Yeah.
But the relationship stuff is next fucking level on the show.
Yeah, the characters take a precedent to the setting.
Well, and
for sure. Even though the setting.
That's just the thing. That's the identity of a good show, is taking something that none of us are living. Like, none of us are stand-up comedians. People who are watching the show are probably not stand-up comedians, and you're still relating to Pete, and you're relating to all the things happening in the show. Like, stand-up comedy is just like one facet of this show, a major one. Don't get me wrong; it's his passion, but there's so many other things going on in the show, and it just kind of reminds you. It's like, hey man, we're all just people, and we're all fucking up out here, and we're all just like trying to figure it out. And like, I don't know, that show really captures it, especially coming from someone. It's so fish out of water because he's so sheltered and everything, and coming out of a marriage and everything.
It's believable.
It's a show about rebirth almost, you know. And it's so weird that I'm using these terminologies in a fucking show about Pete Holmes, but it really is. I mean, he meets a hippie friend, and they do drugs, and
I'm really ecstatic that I think it was Judd Apatow came together with him and helped sell HBO the show, because Pete Holmes' voice in this show, the way that he wrote every arc more or less. I mean, I'm sure there's a writer's room, but you know what I mean. It's like his story more or less.
It's his creation.
But I didn't. On paper, you see him in stand up, and you're like, he's funny. But seeing his story on screen, you're like, oh, this is like totally different. And the fact that he's giving you a vision on what it's like to break out into stand up now, because we've seen. Actually, even when Louis C.K. was in people's good graces, his show, he was already successful.
Right.
When he was doing stand-up. There was no
It was just about him raising his kids. And,
Yeah. So we've never seen anybody, especially in 2019, whatever.
Well, Seinfeld as well. Like, he's already established.
He's
like,
already paid. There's
no like hungry. I'm a hungry comedian. I guess the John Mulaney show was kind of about that. Like, he was trying to make a name for himself, but that show didn't last. So
it didn't, and it was on NBC, and it was like one of those canned laughter shows. So no, thank you. For the most part, unless you're How I Met Your Mother, no, thank you.
I mean, and that show, it was all right. Like, it was okay. It just it just had a bad identity with the canned laughter, and like, I don't think he maybe had as much control over.
He should have done a Crashing type show.
Yeah.
Well, and not only that, I just don't think John Mulaney had the amount of control that he wanted to over the show either, being at NBC.
I would agree. Yeah, I would agree with that.
I mean, I don't know that for sure, but I just feel.
I would agree with that from an outside perspective.
I feel that in my balls. Yeah. That's all I have to say.
I feel it in my ball sack. This show is just, I mean, it's so fucking relatable, like we said. I mean, we've endured those relationships where you leave a great one, and then you convince yourself that somehow that relationship was all planned out, so you rebound to somebody that's totally wild.
Different. Yeah.
Totally different,
even though that's not fucking what happened at all. Like, your relationship that was good was not planned out.
Right.
It wasn't. It just happened organically. Mm-hmm. So you're trying to do something organic to replicate that, but it just comes off fucking crazy.
And I have been in that relationship where I'm looking at someone and I go, you're pushing me way outside of my comfort zone, and that's good. And it wasn't. Like, and sometimes it is good and it can be good, but like
for like a week.
Yeah, no. But like and in the ways that like Pete showcased it, and in the way that I experienced it, it was not healthy, you know?
Yeah.
But there are healthy ways that it can happen where it's like someone kind of pushes you outside of your shell and stuff like that and kind of makes you evolve. That's not my story. That's not Pete's story. And I think that's what was so reflective for me, was just like, man, I've been there, you know, where you're trying to convince yourself that this person's like good for you, and like that they're exposing you to things that like you would never do. I'm going to wear that stupid hat, you know, like I'm going to do all that stupid shit, you know? Was it a hat, right? He was wearing a fedora.
Yeah, it was a dumb fucking fedora.
Yeah, the fact that he wore like sideways, like, it was just so fucking dumb. Yeah.
God, I love seeing him get roasted for shit his girlfriend put him through.
Yeah,
like,
me too.
Fucking fun.
Yeah,
because I mean, we if you're a dude, you've been with at least one hetero dude. Whatever, heteronormative, whatever fucking phrase there is now.
No, you're in the weeds, dude. I'm sorry.
Whatever, I'm sorry.
If you're not the dude that likes
you didn't say cis male, so you're out.
But I'm sure everybody's experienced this to some degree, regardless of your orientation. But like, you've been with somebody who has been controlling to that degree, even though they put it off as suggested.
Mm-hmm.
Your personality.
You're convincing yourself.
Please.
It's manipulative.
Yeah, a little bit.
I mean, I'm all about give and take.
No, I mean, that's the thing. Jeff nails it. It's your eagerness to please compounding with you trying to convince yourself that they're just trying to help you.
Right.
And it's just like, that's what Pete was doing, you know.
Yeah.
That's why. And again,
And
like
it stems
I do
from-
agree. We've all probably have felt that in some form or fashion in some way.
Stems from what the fuck word am I trying to say?
Words, dude. Words.
Yeah. You're not sure of yourself. That shit. It stems from that. Insecurities.
Yeah, absolutely.
That word.
It's a good word.
It's a good word.
That's
It's
a good
not
word.
even that hard.
Very
An
difficult to
identity
think
crisis
about
is. You don't.
after half
I mean,
a bottle of
it's
wine in 20 minutes. Very
I can't believe we're already on a fucking second full glass. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, we're gonna get fucking lit up in here.
we're over here. Yeah. Like our top three is gonna be like my top three is fucking shit. Fuck, man.
I
We fucking double
Fuck
recorded
HBO, man.
It's fucking crazy,
Fuck HBO.
Dude, let me be honest, man. HBO and Netflix
What the
dominates
fuck,
my
dude?
list,
They're-
dude. What is going
Say
on
something
right
about
now?
HBO. They have been dominating forever.
They have, but they had like a dry spell where, like, after what aired last, The Wire or The Sopranos?
Okay, so Sopranos and Wire were at this around the same time, but Sopranos was.
But you know what I'm saying? It's that
Good.
era.
Was The
And then
Wire
it was a dry
good?
spell. Then it was Game of Thrones.
but they had Oz, which was really well revered.
Nobody watched it.
Yeah, nobody watched it.
I
but
feel
it's
like
still
when
considered,
you
like,
say that,
a
I
really
can
good
hear
show.
in your voice that you mean like it was well revered, like meaning like it was like B popular. You know what I mean?
It was like
like
Treme
it wasn't
popular.
Sopranos.
Yes.
It wasn't Sopranos. It was like wait, like a whole step under. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously the third out of 3 shows that are like ushered in the golden age of television on HBO. But-
Okay, sure. Okay, sure.
Sure.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, like a
Yeah,
flipping-
okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, they had a lull in the back half of the odds. We'll just say that.
Yeah, they did. There were shows that were like kind of like who's going to put HBO on the radar
They did.
next.
No, they did Band of Brothers. They did that miniseries shit, right?
Yeah,
though.
that's kind of cheatsy doodles because you're
Yeah.
kind of like
Well, like it's
We're gonna call
One
it
and
the
done.
cheesy doodles. We're gonna.
cheatsy doodles. Yeah,
cheatsy doodles.
It's like one of the greatest goddamn shows of all time. You're gonna call it a cheatsy doodles.
because it's like 8 episodes and you're fucking done or whatever.
Oh my God, Bastone wasn't that
all
good.
of London
Fuck that.
shows. You know?
I mean, that's not the one I gravitated towards.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, it's the one where they go to the
so
internment
fucking
camp.
aware.
Yeah.
No, that one's great too. But the Holocaust didn't really happen. So what are you even talking about?
Yeah, none of that's real.
Yeah, no,
it's
that's
all
right.
fictional.
How do you know they weren't just there before? Like they just wanted to be there?
Is this a real position that somebody has?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Look,
How do you know
I'm not comfortable enough to-
I'm not about to throw anybody under the bus that might have said that.
Well,
to
I'm
me
gonna
in
go
serious
there
context,
myself. How about this?
but- Okay.
Podcast goals.
Yeah.
Not really. I've already decided to do this, and I told you guys I was going to do this. I'm going to go to Germany and find out for myself.
Oh yeah, we know that. Yeah. I'm gonna get your
Oh,
wits about you.
You know, Jeff actually said in our private chat, which I don't mean to put you on blast, man. He's like, I don't believe in the Holocaust. I'm going to Germany to figure this out
We have the text.
for myself
We
to
can
figure out if this
prove
thing
it.
actually happened or not. You know,
I did not expect to be outed by my bros.
I'm a
No,
Photoshop
I don't mean to
master,
out you.
so
I
can
just
make it look
mean,
that way.
I appreciate your search for the truth. You know, we all know what happened, but if you don't think, it's fine.
Shit, that's rich. So we got to get back on track with the list. So, Kyle, what's your 16?
Auschwitz is my second favorite.
Fictional.
Ain't got nothing on Treblinka, yo.
Oh my
That
God!
cow is
Okay, we need
That
to
cow is where it's at.
get back on track. 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope it's a push, guys. What we do in the shadows?
Oh, the slightest of pushes.
Okay.
All right,
Slightest.
let me.
I thought Jeff was actually going to be the big cheerleader of that show. So I'm
it's,
surprised he.
That's how much TV I fucking.
That's crazy.
Love that.
I don't
Even
know,
though I watched
keep
that
saying
series
that,
twice.
and I still don't understand what you mean by that. So.
I watched that entire series twice. That's how much I loved it. And Wellington Paranormal, which is hasn't even. Don't ask me how I watched it because it hasn't even gotten a U.S. air date yet. I assume they're going to get streaming rights for it eventually, but somebody is. But yeah, that's a New Zealand show that is a spin-off of The Cops from the movie,
Ooh, I have. Ooh.
and it's like X-Files but follows them, and they're as oblivious acting as they are
That's good.
in the movie.
Okay, I have
good.
to have that in my
It's
life.
so funny. But yeah, what we do in the shadows is like the better version of that.
I know it's a slight push, but let me say about it being a slight better version. I have a roommate here, hated the movie, loves the TV show.
That's
Really?
so weird.
I'm not
I mean, they're
here to
companion
explain
shows.
Same.
No.
Same
I'm not.
sense of
It's
humor.
not the same.
Not here to
It's the
explain the logic of it.
same.
Not here to explain the logic of it. I'm just here to tell you that's what it is.
That's so wild. to
Even
me.
Goku's looking at your roommate now.
Even
wow.
if you
What the-
did, for
what
whatever
the
reason,
fuck?
like the movie, just watch the TV show, I would argue they're the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
And not in a reductive way. Like, if you watch the movie, don't watch the show. They're completely different, like, in story, but, like, humor-wise, they're, like...
They hit every single beat the same way.
Yeah, big time.
Whatever. That's great.
Big time.
Big time.
But yeah, we'll get to it. So JD, what's your 616, right?
So I got the other show about a stand-up comic on the rise here, and put it that high up. Maisel.
Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Oh, you gotta watch this show, dude. It's so good.
That is and I believe it or not, I do have honorable mentions, and we're gonna get to them. That is one
Jeff,
of them.
You wouldn't shut up about this show, and it's not even on your fucking top 20. That's how baffled I am about this.
It's good stuff, man.
It's almost like this is the best year of television.
Almost, yeah. I've binged this whole series over the last couple of months, and this one's cool. It felt more like an ensemble than just about her for a change, which was cool. But dude, the cast.
It's a good point.
Yeah, the cast is insane, man. Tony Shalhoub obviously gets the every year from the awards.
Yeah.
Right. Just because
I mean, it's something about Monk.
Love him.
Something about Monk. They were just sucking his D soups hard. And
I was gonna say I know the name Tony Shalhoub, and the second you said Monk, I'm like 13 Dad Ghosts.
Monk,
13 Dad Ghosts. I know who you're talking about.
Alien with the replaceable head in the original Men in Black, and maybe
that's what I know him.
No, I know him from 13 Dad Ghosts. Can we chill out here, everybody?
But it's good. The mother finally had some good character moments this
13
season.
Ghost Dad.
Alex Borstein as her agent is so good.
Yeah,
I love her so much.
And she's not she picks her parts. Like she likes voice acting more than actual acting. So like if she's actually acting, like she must have really.
That's how good the script is.
Yeah, I'm literally gonna say that. That's how good the script must have been. Is that she really wanted to be a part of it.
The running joke is that everybody calls her Sir, and she just stops correcting people after a certain point because she kind of looks like Danny DeVito a little bit, in stature. Yeah. She's short and squatty.
The way she carries herself.
She looks like a newsie. That's her her whole getup is just
all right.
Just very don't give a shit. But everybody's just like, "Excuse me, sir," and she's like, "It's ma'am," and then eventually she just
stops.
She
caring.
just really stops.
I like the arc that the ex-husband has in it, or I guess they don't really have a divorce yet, do they?
Well, no, they do. They did get a divorce, but they had the night.
Oh yeah, the night in Vegas
where things
Ross and Rachel did. Yeah.
I actually
spoilers on that season, but it's fucking great.
Well, okay, so the first episode is them realizing they're going to split up.
They need to split up, yeah.
And it's because he's trying his hand in comedy, but he's doing rehashed bits that
she writes.
She writes, but he's also doing material that somebody big is doing on the Tonight Show. He's doing bits and stuff that are being recycled from TV.
That's right, and she didn't know initially.
So she didn't know about that, and so she wants to be a genuine comedian or a writer and has that passion for it. He's just doing recycled shit, and
he's just doing it for fun.
It's philosophical differences and life differences, and they're just like, boom, we're done. And the fact that you actually give a shit about him, because I did not like him at first in the first season, kind of thought he was a little bit.
I kind of felt
a little bit of a weasel, but he's a good dude. It's I don't know, man. It's a fun show. Yeah. It's new love, but
it had its moments for me in season 3, which I did like more than season 2, but not as much. Season 1 kind of blew my socks off, but season 3 had those moments in it where it was kind of like, it's a little too cheery for me, and then the way it ended, I was like, okay, that's why.
No,
that's why. It was building up to something else. Yeah.
Zachary Levi plays a small role in season 2 and an even smaller role in season 3.
Yeah, but
that motherfucker is jacked in season 3 , so you can tell that.
Yeah, you can tell it's like Shazam.
Yeah.
Rachel Brosnahan is very small.
Shazam, so whatever.
Yeah.
No, I know.
He's wearing the
literally worked out for that role. I know he was cut as shit for that. So.
Yeah, and what's great is that despite him only being in 2 episodes briefly of the show, he makes his presence in the show count.
Dude,
they rate the fuck out of his appearances in that show. Yeah.
It's one of the most emotional, probably one of the only times anybody's really ever been firm with her back. And because for something that was her fault.
Mostly on we're watching it and just rooting for her and because chuckling at her little I guess it's airheadedness, kind of, but not.
Yeah, it is.
She just kind of steamrolls and does whatever she wants.
But yeah, you
but
realize,
not to the point where it's off-putting.
No, but she doesn't always go about things the best way.
I think that's the focus on the season, is that there's consequences to sometimes the things she does, despite her general mood and the way she carries herself.
We're very much like, what's his name, Ben, or I don't remember what the character's name is that Levi plays, but we're very much like him as the audience, because we end season 2 on a certain pretense. Mm-hmm. And then that's done.
Yeah, and then so you're just like,
what the fuck, man? I am mad about this. What did you do?
Yeah. It's a great show, man.
It is.
Kyle, you really like it. You know why? Same writers, Gilmore Girls.
Yeah, it reminds
We
me
know
of
you love
Letterkenny. Yeah,
Yep.
totally.
Oh,
Letterkenny.
you actually set this joke up earlier. I get it now. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. We
I
did.
did. Yeah.
Yeah, you know
Gilmore
what?
Girl.
I've never seen Gilmore Girls. So. But I get
What?
the joke.
Unbelievable. Just kidding. Nobody cares about the show anymore. All right. So my number 16. This is Jeff gets to talk hour.
Is it?
It's
Is it?
Los. No, you're not gonna believe
Los
me.
Spookies.
It is.
It is. You told me about this shit.
I fucking love this show.
Is this
so
the
much.
Fred Armisen show?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I love this show so much.
I'm telling you, dude. Y'all, I feel like y'all are talking a different chat because this is the second show that y'all are like.
No,
are
he's
you
talking to me about this in person, and it's always been
okay.
at loud places. And I'm like, did you say Los Spookies? Is that really what you just said?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah.
Jeff's
'cause
over
it's
here
always-
holding on to like golden comedy and like.
It was like at the Mayor concert. He was talking to me about it, and then at open mic night, probably when Spencer was playing.
Yeah.
You know, it was super loud.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So there's Spencer. Thanks for all the inside references on this podcast. It's great.
That's
So there's. Yeah, this show is kind of toes that tonal line that What We Do in the Shadows kind of does, where like the horror aspect of it is like an inconvenience to some of the characters.
I love
there's
it.
There's one guy who this is mostly a Spanish language show, but there's some English in it. There's one guy who he's like I don't know, he's like a psychic or something, but every psychic thing that he does is like a super fucking inconvenient thing. To him, like he's just like I don't want to have to do this or whatever. The whole premise is like these guys do practical horror effects, makeup and stuff like that, and they're for hire, and they go to these places to kind of like do a haunted house or something, or to I don't know. I'm trying to think of another example. At one point, they do go to a movie set and they try to, or at least one of the guys does and tries to make a movie. But they're hired for various odd jobs. Oh yeah, there's one where they have to go to like a beach and pretend to be a monster, and to get tourists to come to the beach. It's ridiculous. It's so fucking ridiculous. It's so funny though. But yeah, it's that Fred Armisen type of humor, and like the subtitle part doesn't even like. It's not like a hindrance at all to enjoying the show. Like. Sometimes you're like, holy shit, did they really say it? Like, that's so fucking funny. That's so funny that they said that. Yeah, it's really funny, man. Highly recommend this show. It's one that as soon as I finished, I was like, I think I need to watch that show over again. And I think there's only 6 episodes or something the first season. It's really good. Highly recommend it. Cool. HBO. Killing
it's
it again.
HBO. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
HBO. A service that JD does not believe in anymore. I'm just kidding.
Every time you're just inviting more tornado sympathy every time you do this shit.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
I don't know if you guys know.
Hey, were you, hey, JD, you ever been in a tornado?
Yeah, just once. It sucked. It ruined my life. Thanks for asking.
You know, I've actually always been in the tribe, and I know this is controversial. Tornadoes don't exist. So, I know. Sorry.
Yeah.
I know. Some people are.
Much like the Holocaust, yeah.
Yeah, some people are Holocaust people. You know, I'm a tornado guy.
I'm a tornado
sorry.
truther.
You know what? I don't. A TT.
Yeah, buddy. I got an insurance claim that begs to differ, but hey, you do you.
You know what? Hey, it's just paper. You know, I don't know. What do you want me to do with that?
Paper and asbestos.
Best.
Best astos.
Best. Okay.
So sorry for burping to all my audience, my loyal audience.
Oh, I'm so sorry, audience, that I burped into your ears.
I don't know why I turned into Bill Clinton when I apologize to y'all.
Somebody say Paige.
Somebody
all
say,
right.
All right.
He's so close to McConaughey.
Hey,
He could be.
All right. He's so good.
Hey, Bill,
in The
should I
Gentleman.
blow you under the desk?
He's so good in The Gentleman, dude. He's so fucking good.
So my boss
I'm gonna go try to
hates
see
Matthew
this
McConaughey, hates everything Matthew McConaughey does, loves everything Guy Ritchie does, and I'm sitting here, I'm like, I cannot
You're like,
fucking,
how is he
I
gonna-
can't
yeah.
fucking
Is this
wait for you
the
to see
go?
this movie, you jackass. No, he's seeing it tomorrow. He's seeing it before me, so we're gonna talk
Guy
about it
Ritchie
Monday.
dialogue feels very good on Matthew McConaughey. For
I
some
mean, that
reason.
makes sense.
It's very witty.
I think so too.
and,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think
and-
that makes
and
sense.
It's not like beach bum type shit where
Yeah.
he's just a stoner the whole movie.
How's Jax? Is it good to see him again?
This is best movie role.
Thank God.
Yeah, I
Because
know.
I'm really
like,
tired of
fucking
being
finally.
disappointed by
There's
his
a
shit.
scene where
I
he has to
really-
go-
Yeah, every time. I'm sorry, guys. I know you guys like that show, but like that guy, everything I've ever seen him in Z Nation aside, or not Z Nation, Lost City of Z.
Lost City of Z.
I'm like, dude, this guy's a nobody.
See, Nation's like totally fucking different.
Everything I've ever seen him, he's trying to do an English or an American accent. I'm like, dude, you can't. You can't. Like, stop it.
It's weird because it's Tara. It's Tara. Hey, Tara, we're going to go get on the motorcycle.
We gotta go to the Galindo.
Juice is over there with Clay.
I was born here my entire life, you know. I'm like, you're speaking a Cockney accent, dude. Like, you need to chill out.
There's a scene in the movie where he has to go to a flat, I guess they would call it in London.
Yeah.
And he's on a mission or whatever. They've accepted the responsibility to go get somebody's daughter from pretty much a heroin den, and he has to put on his best Jack's face for it. He'd be super intimidating.
Okay.
But he's like quietly intimidating in it, and it's just such a great fucking scene, dude. Sit. Just the way he says sit and puts his hands up and like.
Interesting.
It's I'm like this is it. This is the fucking Charlie Hunnam that we've been dying to see, man.
Good.
And he's the lead. He is the. I mean, despite appearances on the trailers and the poster, he's the lead of the movie. I mean, he's in most.
I would have never guessed that ever.
No.
Yeah.
He's more so than McConaughey, even though McConaughey's get the he's at the front of the line on the marketing.
Yeah.
But he's in like him and Hugh Grant are like in most of the movie.
That's crazy,
I actually for whatever reason thought Hugh Grant was the main character, so I don't know.
He's one of them. Yeah, he's
okay. Well, good.
Explaining the plot, almost the entire movie. It's one of those things where him and Charlie Hunnam are like talking about Hugh Grant's character is like telling him, "Here are things that happened, see," and he's using that accent to sound like a shitheel. But he's pretty much telling him, here are things that I know, and and it's just explaining the entire plot of the movie. And I thought it was a really clever plot device and way to tell the narrative.
Cool.
It's a fucking great movie, dude. Holy shit, that movie's so good. So anyway, that was my 16 was Los Spookies, Los Naga Speak English. So Kyle, what's your 15?
I think we push it. It was Stranger Things. Did we push it?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Okay, good.
Wow.
Because I'm a little drunker than last time I talked, so.
That's crazy. Ditto.
Oh, good. Can we talk about it now? Yes, thank you. Jeff hates Stranger Things.
I don't have it on my list.
Yeah, I know. He hates it. Yeah, I know.
Hate that so much. I'm just kidding.
I think I mentioned earlier, it's like, we even like made a party to watch like the first 4 episodes, but we weren't paying attention. I thought the first 4 episodes, like, you have to watch those episodes like they're slow episodes. There's not a lot going on, and like the second like we realized that like there was just a lot of like, yeah, it's the 80s. Woo! We just started drinking and not really paying attention to the show. When I went back and watched the first few episodes, I was like, oh, okay, this is kind of cool. They're setting up Bad Brothers descent here, and people keep on calling it. It's like, hey, Ben Solo's story is literally just what's his faces from Stranger Things. I'm like, yeah, you're not wrong. I'm not gonna say you're wrong, but God, fuck you guys. Also, you're not wrong, but fuck you. Yeah,
I'm sure you are.
Yeah, I'm sure you are. I really enjoy Stranger Things, man. I like this show a lot. I hate to be like one of those guys who are like following the sheep herd here, but like every year when this comes out or every other year, like I get pumped, man. This is like one of those shows that I get really pumped for. And mall culture enters this season. That's fun. That's in our generation. We understand mall culture.
Yeah,
hell, we had a movie called Mall
is extinct now, so that's.
It is. Yeah, we don't know it now, but we knew it when we were growing up. So.
Thank God.
Thank God. Anyways, I really enjoyed this season. There's a lot of really fun, like, kind of Red Dawn-ish, like, parallels this season with, like, oh, Germany's got a base underneath our ice cream parlor, or whatever the story was. But it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that part. I think we all know a certain character who died probably isn't dead. I think we can all probably reach that summary and conclusion without having to do anything.
Assumption.
It's really safe. If I had to put money on it, I'd be winning that bet. Mm-hmm. Anyways, I just really like this season a lot. This is another show that I feel like follows that, like, every time it gets a new season, it gets a bigger budget kind of plan. Like, Netflix is like, yeah, whatever. Stranger Things is, I think we mentioned earlier, is kind of on that level of Game of Thrones in terms of just like, I think everybody's watching it. When I mean everybody, I mean the proverbial everybody, like mostly everybody.
My mom watches it, so that's kind of the barometer.
Mine too. That's what I'm saying. Like, if my 7-year-old mother watches this show, everybody watches it. That's kind of how I judge that. So,
yeah.
It was really good this season. I feel like another reason, I don't know. I don't know if my bottom half of the list is like, I gotta defend these shows. But I feel like this is another series that's like every season gets worse. Every season gets worse. That's how most people feel. And I'm like, I don't feel that way at all. I feel like I don't know if I feel that every season gets better, but I feel like I'm more engaged with everything going on as the seasons go on. So like, I'm so attached to whatever's going on here. I'm kind of all in on like whatever nonsense they're trying to build with like portals and demigorgons and whatnot. Like I'm all in on their like whole entire universe. So like just throw the weird at me. I know we don't have too many more seasons of this left. I mean, these kids are like fucking adults now at this point. So
right.
So like I'm just really excited to get whatever we have of the show, and I feel like this show keeps delivering despite like people like, I'm watching it but I don't like it, like I feel like that's the kind of feeling that the show has now.
I mean, did that just all start with the one episode in season 2 that everybody hated? Because that was the only thing that people...
I've never heard anything but negative shit since that episode.
Yeah, it's so weird.
So yeah, I don't get it.
I thought
I thought season 2 was amazing. I thought the episode was great. I don't really know. I don't get it, but whatever. People have their feelings.
I don't
subjectivity, guys.
It's almost like it's art.
I really like season 2, and I still really like that. I guess you would call it X-Men episode. But
it's an X-Men episode, and it's super fucking cool. So like,
I agree.
I'm sorry, everybody. Do we hate X-Men all of a sudden? Oh, we hate X-Men. Okay.
I can understand people that were like, it kind of took me out of the flow a little bit. I get it, but it's not a week-to-week show. Like, you get right back into it.
No. So when you say you get it, I get it too, but I automatically don't get it because
I just don't get why it's such a big deal. I get why
not.
You
that's the thing. It's not. It's just like we live in a culture now where it's just like we got to take everything down a peg or two. Everything's not perfect, Yeah. And we gotta let everybody know that it's not perfect. I hate it. I hate this times we live in.
Yep.
I really liked the season 3. I think I liked it more than season 2.
I mean, personally,
it's a lot of fun.
I think it's a shit ton of fun.
My favorite moment is still from season 2, and it's probably the cliche one, but it's the headband moment, armband moment, whatever, from Cooper to 11 at the end at the dance. Or is that season 1?
I don't even remember now.
He gives her his daughters. He gives 11 his daughters.
That's season 1, and it's a recurring thing since all the seasons. Yeah, because I think she also has like.
I don't know why I thought that was in season 2, but you're right. That's at the dance.
Yeah, she has her like hair tie, like there's
the headband.
He keeps piling it on. He keeps on piling it on every season. He's like, "You're my daughter."
That's right.
I love it. I'm not trying to. That's not me ridiculing it. I think that's the most effective the entire series, to be honest. So
I think there were some really solid theories about the letter that Hopper wrote. That that was my main thing. That's why the series isn't in my honorable mentions, because I didn't really care about his character in season 3. I was like, why is he being so fucking rude all the time?
See, I didn't get that at all. I didn't think he was being rude. I think he was being just like a really overprotective dad.
No, he was bothering me. Sorry.
I know. So, you. I was just saying he wasn't bothering me. That's all.
Too bad. I'm right.
You're not. It's really wrong.
So overbearing.
So there's a letter that he writes at the end, and there's some really, really great theories about. I think probably what's probably going to happen is that time travel is going to be introduced, because he keeps talking about going back, and we have to go back.
Yeah,
but he really does keep talking about. Wish I could go back to the first time I met you and do this and do that. And he's keeps alluding to time.
I've never thought that theory before, and I will immediately jump on board, because I think it's actually a really good theory, because we actually haven't hit a very big 80s steeple movie, which is Back to the Future. So why not? And that's seriously, I'm not even trying to be funny. Like,
so
seriously,
that's just a theme to run in the background.
That's another like movie to pay homage to, like in some way or form, and introducing time travel.
Well, and then people were suggesting that the post-credit scene that we saw was from the past, so that would fit.
I've always thought, if you look, because this was at the end of one of the seasons where zooms out and it turns upside down. You see the upside down, and all the cars in the shot immediately turn to old classic cars. I've always thought the upside down took place in a specific period of time. So I wonder if that plays into it. Like,
I think it takes place in a specific. I think it takes place in a specific place. You know, like I think it's like so totally like time is so weird. You know, like I don't know. I get what you're saying.
It just depends on what the show decides to define time
absolutely
as.
Yeah, it's kind of in the show's hands.
But it's just weird that you have cars that are of their era, and then when the exact same scene flips, but you're seeing it upside down.
You're right, though. Yeah, the cars like and everything you seem older, and like I don't know if that's just part of like them trying to be like, yeah, everything's like just degrading here. It's true. I don't know why they would put older cars there, but they do. They actually do. I do remember that.
People theorize that it's more the upside down was created back when Will and Hopper and Will's mom. Whoa, what the fuck, Goku?
He acts like he doesn't know how to get on my couch. He's such a moron.
Adorable
moron.
They think it was created back when they were kids, so it's like of their era and their upbringing, so like the 50s or 60s, which, you know, you don't know what kind of weird angle they're going to put on it, but either way, man.
I don't think it's going to be that far long ago in time. I think it's
probably not, but it was just a cool little theory and little weird
I know. I think y'all bring up the idea of time, and again, like if we're trying, they're like the whole idea of the show is like, remember the 80s? Like, right, guys? Yeah. Like I'm telling you, Back to the Future is a huge like part of that culture and everything, and like I think that like not tapping in on that yet, like that's what they're introducing. That's the next big twist thing is like time travel. I totally buy into that. It's
not going to be Ghostbusters because Finn Wolfhard literally is a Ghostbuster or some shit now.
Can't do that.
Can't do that.
Yeah, can't do that anymore. Well, they actually got this Ghostbusters in season 1. So where did that?
That's true. So that's true. They already covered that.
I thought it was season 2.
Well, whatever. Fuck off.
Whatever, fuck off, who cares? The show sucks.
Show's piece of shit. Top 16, whatever.
Do you... we're at you, right, JD?
I think so. Yeah, because Kyle just went.
Yeah, so 15? Yeah, because I already talked about Los Spookies.
That is correct. So I pushed What We Do in the Shadows from the last round, so that's why I got a 15.
Nice.
It's good shit.
Yeah, it's great. It's an honorable mention for me.
Hysterical. I just love we're going to take over Staten Island. How much do we have? We've got 3 blocks. 3 blocks of Staten Island. I don't know. The obliviousness of that guy is so fucking good. I love dude from IT Crowd. Denham Brenham
the
in
boss.
It as the other one. Man, he is hysterical. Everything
I've always wanted him in more things, and him being in some cheeky like vampire role is like it's kind of a top thing for me. You know?
Finally, we get that. Everything with, and I'm so bad with the character names, but the girl and finding the incarnation of her old boyfriend and how they keep getting their head chopped off no matter what version it is.
Oh, I love that. Yeah,
that gag was fucking hysterical. Seeing it in long format was just a real treat because What We Do in the Shadows was something y'all made me watch a couple years back, and it was good.
It's very short. It's like less than 90 minutes.
Yeah.
So you're like in and out, and you're like, God, I could use more of that.
Worth. So yeah, TV show's the perfect digestible amount.
I forget if that movie ended up making my top 10, but if it didn't, I remember watching it after that year and going like, oh, that would have been like top 5. Like that comedy was so fucking perfect for me. That's the kind of humor I like. And this being like a 10-hour version of that, it really works for me. Or however long it is, I don't know.
Good stuff.
I think my favorite episode of that was the Vampire Council.
Me too. Yeah, we're
all celebrities, celebrity vampires.
Oh my god! Every celebrity vampire ever shows up, and like they're like, it's the greatest thing ever.
Anything with
Snipes via Skype,
and you didn't spoil that for me, Jeff. I really appreciate that. Like that was
You're very welcome.
I had no idea that was going on, and like I remember reaching out and going like, what the fuck? Like this episode's so great.
I love the Wesley Snipes bit where he's like on delay on Skype and responding to everything super late. I think Taika did that episode. And I think he wrote it.
No, he did. He did. Yeah, because I remember. I specifically remember that. Yeah. Yeah. Because I was watching that at the time that either Thor was. I think it was just coming out like on Netflix or something.
Yeah. We were all up on Taika's nuts, and
big
like
time.
The Academy is too. You know, he's got some nominations for Jojo Rabbit, which is great. It's a great movie. So
it's a wonderful movie.
Fucking love that movie, dude.
That movie makes me so.
I can't wait to watch it again. Seriously,
can't wait to watch it at all.
I'm trying to get people to watch it. I haven't watched it. JD, you haven't seen it? You should watch it.
No, I mean I don't know if you remember, but my life kind of fell apart.
Oh my God, your life's good now. but not really. It's still waiting for money.
It's still not great.
It's
Like,
still
not
in
bad.
limbo.
Yeah. I mean, you know,
Waiting for that money forever.
waiting on that cash, yo.
Yeah, I really love the show. It's just an honorable mention because I hate it, obviously.
Of course.
Obviously, yeah.
That's why we're doing 20 of these, because it's like
Yeah.
the first 19.
Well, I mean,
This
and
whole
that's why-
episode is shows we actually hated. We'll get to the shows we like in the last half of the next episode.
You know what? If
Probably.
if it's below number 7, I fucking hated it.
Yeah. It's kind of how I feel.
That's the Iron Man line.
Yeah. That's the Iron Man line.
Where was the
for me.
racist Black Panther line they all kept on throwing me under? You're like, it wasn't over this. Like, you suck.
No, I think it was originally the Iron Man line.
Yeah, Iron Man was
It's
like
7.
8 for... I don't know who it was. Might have been Kyle. I don't know.
No, it was me because y'all fucking roasted me for both.
You were like,
Black Panther and Iron
fucking
Man.
7?
Like, look at this guy, fucking up twice.
Then you're like, yeah, but what about once? And we're like, okay, good point.
Yeah,
My number 15 is... I don't even know if this is a push. This could be another Jeff Talks hour. Or
Let's see.
option. Whatever.
Let's
I'm drunk.
see.
Who cares? I'm not drunk, but whatever. Anyway, 15 is
neither.
unbelievable.
Push it.
Pushing that.
Actually,
watch
that's
it
a
yet.
top 10. That's
I
a top 10
really wanted to
push.
get to
That's a
that one. I
top
haven't
10
watched it.
push.
Top 10 push, son. I love that show.
Let me play the rest of the song real quick.
That's the
Was that the other Netflix show that you just couldn't fucking stop?
Hereditary.
Same
right?
here, dude.
Every cliffhanger was
Same
so fucking good.
here.
Yeah.
So good.
Tony
What's her
Collette,
face?
right?
I
That's
can
Tony
always
Collette
remember.
show.
Tony
Tony
Collette,
Collette.
Merritt
Yeah.
Weaver,
Merritt Weaver.
Caitlin Deaver.
She's from Booksmarts.
Booksmart.
Booksmart. I'm sorry. I added a nest like I'm a
this is
kid, like
obviously
I'm an
dramatic
adult.
role. She's the main. I guess you would call survivor. Let's call her survivor.
Yeah.
Victim feels a little
Yeah,
harsh.
yeah.
Feels a little hard. I just don't like that word as much anymore. I don't know why.
Yeah, because I've overused it.
Maybe that's what it is.
Victim.
Clutch your heart and call yourself a victim.
Look. It's been very hard.
Anyway, we'll get to it when we get to it. Maybe next week if you guys tune in. Tune in next week.
All right.
So, Kyle, what's your 15?
Oh, I think I did Stranger
14.
Things for my 15.
14.
Okay,
Sorry,
great.
14.
Okay.
I can't count. Let's just do
I
Groundhog
hope
Day.
this is a push. I feel bad. This is so low. It's Euphoria.
It might be if I had watched it.
Nobody pushing it.
It's
Great.
an honorable mention.
That
Honorable
one-
mention
Wow,
for me.
great. Okay, I guess
That
I'm
one
the one talking
is
about
honestly
it.
my fault because I had access.
Jeff, is your top 10 like really cucky shit? Like, what's happening here?
Maybe.
It can't be. You share all your stuff. Like, I'm gonna be really
There's
surprised.
some cucky shit in here.
No, there can't be. There can't be.
Yeah.
Your list is probably perfect. Euphoria. I really like this show a lot. This is talk about a show like I didn't know what it was about. Like I knew Spider-Man's girlfriend was in it, and I was like, that's probably enough for me. It's on HBO. It's about like coming of age type of story. Felt kind of like the more recent. What's the season that just released? Sex Ed, like it kind of like I'm not saying they're the same thing at all. They're so different, but like it's that type of like high school type of TV show comedy or whatever, not comedy at all. Oh my god, I'm tripping over my words. It is a slice of life type of show. It just really works for me. I really like the characters that kind of unfold here. There's a lot of drug use and stuff like that because like that's what kids do as they're trying to find out who they are and where they belong in this really stupid, crazy world. There's a lot of just really relatable things that were going on in the show to me, and it just I think the thing I kept on saying every season, I go, so many things have changed, like from like when I was a kid and what kids are dealing with now, and at the same time, nothing has changed.
Yeah.
Nothing.
The social pressure hasn't changed at all.
Nothing. Like I
think-
mean, so like
I think
there are
access.
Go ahead.
The access has a big difference. Like you're never able to remove yourself from it.
yeah.
At least in our day, we could fucking go off into the woods with our best friends and forget every fucking asshole that.
Yeah, I
you
can
ever
get
had
a
to deal
beach in the
with.
woods.
And now
with a
no
girlfriend
one
and-
no one forgets anything now. I buy
You're just never not plugged in anymore. Whereas
Absolutely.
before, I feel like you could remove yourself.
But
from it a
like
little easier if you
I
wanted to.
remember just growing up and dealing with just a lot of these same issues and everything like that, and just
Oh, yeah.
watching this
It's just-
show, I'm just watching it and just going like, ugh, and like it's uncomfortable. The show's it's not fun. Like the show is almost never fun to watch. It's not
It's
fun.
true.
It's not
true.
fun at all. It's very real. It's very raw. It's I think the main character, she explains like something like, so I don't know, she explained it so purely. Like, Janie, I think I was talking to you about it, where she's just like, I'm just trying to chase that, like, not feeling, but like I'm just trying to like get out of this for a little while, so I have the energy to get through tomorrow, you know, and it's just like, I don't feel like that now. I'm an adult now, you know, but like that resonated with me in a big way because I've felt that way before, you know, like what do I need to do to just make me
one day at a time shit,
here to get through tomorrow and everything. And like for her, it was drugs, you know, and everything like that, just escaping in the most, the most craziest ways. But everybody else has their own way of coping, and like the whole show's about just coping and dealing and everything, and it's just a really good show. It's super slice of life, super great. The ending is really wacky. I think I expressed my opinion on the ending, and someone goes, "No, that's not it at all." And I'm like, "Well, I'm glad you're so sure what that meant." But it's not that it's such a weird, crazy, wild ending. It's just I think it's purposefully artful and doesn't answer any questions for a reason because they knew there was going to be a second season. But it's really good. I really enjoyed it. My personal theory, I think she overdosed. I'm not saying she's dead, but I think she overdosed at the end. But that's my personal take.
Everybody's dead.
Maybe they resuscitate her and bring her back. Maybe she is dead, and the whole next season is about somebody else. But yeah, I
can envision that. She's famous now, so
Yeah, seriously,
she's busy,
and her story's done. And there's so many other interesting characters out there, and like the whole story is leading up to her like falling again.
It really is.
It really is,
and she's just chasing that next
she
high.
She falls hard, and I think she died. That's why it's a gigantic like music scene. Sorry, Judy, I haven't seen it. You'll forget it though.
No, what if I'm just kind of thinking outside the box here because I've never seen it. So what if it's a tie-in to like then she's a
Spider-Man
to near-death experience?
So she's Gwen
Stacy. It's a tie into that movie.
She's Gwen Stacy in this universe.
With Ellen Page.
Why would it be of all the shitty movies to tie into?
Because they're addicted to near-death experiences in that movie.
But that's not what they're addicted to. And
look, I didn't see the shitty movie, so I don't know.
I can't remember if I'm pretty sure I saw it, and I don't even remember it.
That speaks to my point.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw it though. Did I?
Anyways, Euphoria was great.
Of course you saw it.
Really enjoyed it. Super fun.
I just wanted to see some titties. Sorry, I'm terrible. Yeah. And Euphoria, it makes a lot. Kyle and I are friends with a lot of mutual on Facebook at least. Mutual friends that have people have kids. Yeah. And they're like watching this going, I don't know if I can watch this because kids.
Oh, kids, it's the same thing with Marriage Story. I've been through a divorce. I watch it. I mean, I don't know.
Told my sister
maybe like it was so traumatizing you can never watch anything that's adjacent to that thing. For me, I'm kind of chasing that. Like I'm chasing that reflectiveness in movies.
I'm the same way.
So like I don't get that, but like I also get that like what those people are feeling are probably way more, passionate and I don't want to say real, but whatever than the things I were feeling. Also, I've been in love a couple of times. I don't think being married adds anything to that. So
it's honestly it's just a kid thing that makes it worse.
Living
absolutely,
deciding factor.
So when people just go like, well, you never been married, you don't get it. I'm like, well, I don't know. I've never had the government like sign a piece of paper saying that I love someone. Yeah, you're right. I've never done that, but I have loved someone and I've lost them, and like we've lost each other or whatever, and it
we
sucks.
Fought like that.
And we fought. Yeah. It sucked, and like you can be relatable without like adding the labels to it, I feel that way about the movie too.
Yeah, so. we are more of a we have more of a progressive take on marriage than you and I are in agreement on that.
Seriously, yeah.
I don't know about JD. JD's a marriage cuck. No, I'm just kidding.
No, not at all.
JD's been married 4 times, so.
No, but I've lived with a girl for 2 years, and I mean those are the
with a kid, right? Like
with a kid, yeah. But being married like doesn't change that. Like if you're living with each other day to day versus still have your own separate lives and come together. That's where the line in the sand between relationships is. Like being married literally has nothing to do with it.
That's the thing. I don't understand that. Like why it's like, well, the second we did that ceremony, our love got stronger. How? Right. That's stupid. You had to have a ceremony to grow your to grow your love. That's fucking weird to me. like okay.
It is weird, especially.
But I wanted to declare it in front of my aunts that I hate.
Some exactly. People, all the family that doesn't accept me and thinks that like I'm a retard or whatever. Oh, I'm sorry, we can't do that. I want to invite all
God
them
damn it,
over.
Kyle!
Yes,
we are walk down the aisle.
Yes.
Oh, I don't walk down the aisle either. This is bullshit. Yeah, but seriously, like, why? Like, I don't understand the obsession.
It's just funny because if you don't believe in either institution that champions marriage, so what the fuck are you doing? Like, I don't believe in government and I don't believe in religion. So
that's the thing. I know it's rigid coming from like 3 guys who've never been married before. Like, you guys just don't get it. And I'm like, yeah, but that's the point I'm trying to make.
I really
is
don't.
that, like,
I just don't like when people say you don't get it.
Yeah.
Because it's automatically condescending. Like I'm unable to relate to a certain thing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So
like when people go, oh, you don't have kids, you don't get. I'm like, yeah, that's I hate kids.
okay.
You're right.
No, I hate like
fuck
all
kids.
living children. They could just drop dead. No, I don't feel that. Are you kidding me? Like, what are you? Oh, you wouldn't understand. You know. Like,
here's a real life comparison that all of us could do. Jeff could get or his car could get struck by a hailstorm tomorrow and be like, dude, hell fucking sucks. And be like, dude, you don't even get it, man. You've never even been hit by a tornado. It's like it doesn't change the fact that your car just got fucking pelted by hail.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
You're like, I bow down to your severe weather greatness.
It's
like,
a competition for everybody.
It's not.
it is that it's a competition of sorrow. Like, you
like,
can't. You wouldn't know the depths of my. Fuck off.
But you know what's funny about that is oftentimes the downfall of any relationship, whether it's friends or otherwise, is when it becomes a competition.
Yeah,
because I've seen that with people where it's like I'm really tired. Well, I did this and I did this and I did this. It's like,
especially when kids come into it, when they're fighting over like you need to get up and change it. Like, seriously, like that's I totally agree with you on that one.
It's when you start drawing lines and you start keeping score, that's when a relationship is doomed to fail.
I feel like that way with a relationship too. And like if you're keeping score all the time, well, I did this for you. Like I'm waiting for you to do this for me. That's toxic thinking. Don't think that way about your family, your friends, your girlfriends, your boyfriends, or anything. Like that's really toxic behavior to get into.
I mean, like I totally was like, "Hey, my apartment got hit, Dad, so I'm moving into your house because you lived with me for 2 years." So I kind of kept score there. But now it's done.
No. That's okay to get. Your parents are supposed. We didn't have to be here. Your parents are supposed to take care of you.
I know. It's not even the same thing, but it's worth mentioning.
Where are we?
Anyway,
I don't know. I think I said that Euphoria was my number 14.
No, we're just talking.
Okay, so JD's 14.
The Boys.
Wow,
the Boys there.
That was a slight push from Kyle.
17.
Okay. Yeah, show was good.
Good show is good.
Good show is good.
This is the fastest I've ever seen Amazon go, holy shit, we got a hit on our hand. That week, the end of the week that show came out, there were like season 2s coming out. It was that quick. It did more views for them than anything they've ever done. Like it was such a huge hit for them, and and it's I'm telling you, like it lived up to the hype. Like, and I showed up late. Like I heard all the hype and then showed up, and I was just like, man, you guys were fucking right. Everybody was talking about just how great this show was. So I just I've never read the comics. I don't know how familiar with you guys are.
I don't know. Fuck all about the comics. Yeah.
None.
Apparently
like Umbrella Academy. I was just like, okay, I'm just
here. Another show we'll probably talk about in honorable mentions. You know, I'm just like, man, that's a show that I had no idea about, and like y'all are killing it. Doing really good right now. The Boys was just awesome. I really it was really funny. It was really gory. It was really wacky, and like it was everything I needed. I need a lot of comedies this year. It was a real bummer year for me. I was happy to have all the comedies I could have.
I have a plethora of comedies on my list.
Yeah.
So I feel very happy about. I've already mentioned 2 of them, so I feel very happy about my choices this year.
Yeah.
Sorry that you're very depressed, Kyle. No,
I'm comedy heavy over.
Yeah, it's because I didn't put comedies, man. I got a shit ton of comedies in my list. Okay, I don't. You know, I do. I have a lot.
I don't, but I do. I don't.
I do, but I don't. You leave me alone.
I don't. Get off my ass.
Get all the way off.
Sorry. I love The Boys, man. That was another one where you couldn't stop the fucking binge, dude, because every episode had something critical in it that you wanted to see the fallout for.
Yeah.
And I just somebody, I think one of my friends actually made the comment that not Outlander, that's a show. Homelander is the new Joffrey, and I'm like, well, that's it. He's fucking Joffrey now, like, because he's got a punchable face.
Yeah,
he's such an asshole.
Yeah,
it's
and
such a perfect
probably
comparison.
The nicest dude.
Yeah, he could be. He could be.
We don't know. But
I'll never want to find out. Fuck that guy. But that's just such a perfectly written character. To make him so unlikable and yet still give him this conflict and inner turmoil. And not that anything that he's going through resonates, obviously, but it still like gives you a sense of where he's coming from.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah, that plane. I'll never forget that plane scene.
Dude, that plane.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, and he's
That
like,
broke my
back
heart.
the fuck off! And
Yeah.
he's got the red eyes. Like, Jesus Christ, dude. Somebody kill this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait to see where the show goes, man. And that was a great cliffhanger, too. And an obvious cliffhanger because Amazon had renewed the show before it premiered, so it was kind of like,
Yeah.
well, then, okay, we can do a cliffhanger that's this epic, right? Okay,
It was cool. It
Yeah.
was really cool.
Should have seen
Kinda-
it coming, but it worked.
Yeah, I definitely won't claim to be like, I called it, but I saw the writing on the wall.
Yeah.
Like, it's there.
Should have been there.
Yeah.
Should have known. So where are we at? My 14?
I think we're at your 14, bro.
Cool. This is Jeff Talks for 15 minutes. All right. Fleabag is my number 14.
You fucking cunt.
Fucking cunt. No, Gentleman is the one that has like all the cunts in it.
Oh, that's right. I just assumed.
Fleabag, she says fucking hell a lot.
Fucking hell.
And that's, I've been saying that like a lot. I realized I was driving to school today and I was just like, at a red light again, because, you know, none of the lights are fucking synchronized at any point in time.
Drives me crazy.
So I'm just like, fucking hell. And I'm like, where did I get that from? Like, I don't say that ever. What is that? Fleabag says that. So I'm actually through my second watch of this entire series. And
it's 3 seasons deep?
Two seasons,
Just 2?
6 episodes each. It's the Letterkenny format.
That's Prime, right?
Prime.
Okay.
Amazon
yeah,
Prime.
I gotta get on that shit. 'Cause I still have
And
that.
it's so fucking funny, dude. It is some of the most clever shit I'd ever seen written
Yeah.
to a TV screen. Like, it's not TV, though. It's streaming. Whatever screen you watch on.
Yeah, I watch mine
okay?
on the TV.
Don't want to get technical.
I go to the movie theater and stream Amazon Prime.
I go to Alamo every week for those premieres.
But Fleabag is like, it's got that, I mean, the premise is that she goes through a trauma involving her friend. She feels exceptionally guilty about, and you'll find out more contextually through the show. But there's a concept to it where she is giving her internal monologue to the camera as if the audience is like a friend of hers.
Okay.
But she's letting them into her innermost thoughts. And that's where a lot of the comedy comes from, because it'll be like in the middle of the conversation.
Okay.
She'll be talking to a character and talking to you at the same time.
Huh.
So it'll be kind of like, there's like her godmother, for example, who is now her stepmother in the show, or future stepmother in the show. It's kind of, there's a whole backstory there. You'll explore it if you watch it. But her godmother's a painter, and she's helping sell her godmother's art. And she's talking to, I think it's the hot priest that everybody talks about now. Because that's what the zeitgeist is now, is talking about her falling for the hot priest in the show.
Okay.
The hot priest is played by Moriarty from the Sherlock BBC show. That's why everybody calls it.
Oh, okay.
Never heard
calls
of
him
it.
Hot priest.
Never heard of
Everybody
At
calls him
first I
hot
was
priest,
like,
and I'm
Jared
like,
Harris? Like, oh, the show. Got it,
everybody
got it,
calls
got
him
it.
hot priest, and I'm like, you mean Moriarty?
Yeah.
Fucking brilliant Moriarty from Sherlock.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'll
Yeah.
let you have it, guys. It's cool. He reminds me of my friend that I went to high school with, who talks just like the way his mouth moves. You know how certain people talk
Yeah.
and their mouth moves, and you're like, talks just like somebody I fucking
Yeah.
know. I know somebody who talks just fucking like that. It's
crazy.
Blows my mind. Anyway, there's a scene where she's like having to. This is just an example of her breaking that fourth wall in the middle of a conversation. She's having to explain the context of a painting that her godmother did, where she's like, "Don't say it." She just keeps saying that to the camera. She's saying, "Don't say it."
Oh, okay.
But she's like, "Yeah, this painting, it's don't say it. It's it just came from don't say it." And my godmother orgasmed when she painted it. I said it. Fucking said it. There's a lot of that humor, like just the jokes are just so fucking fast in the show.
Okay. So would you say it requires a second watch to catch all those like subtleties of it?
I would
or-
say so, because there's a lot of me laughing hysterically at certain parts,
Okay.
and I'm like missing her talking to the camera more.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's great though. Like, yeah, and there might be a little too much of her looking at the camera sometimes, where it's like, okay, I get it. We're here.
Right.
You're with us. I get it. I don't know, man. I just love this. I love this show so fucking much. It's unlike most shows you'll ever watch, especially most comedies. And this is the Phoebe Waller-Bridge, who is the co-writer of No Time to Die. She's also the star of this, and she was the SJW droid in Solo.
That's right.
The sex droid in Solo.
People hated her, and she was so great.
I loved her. She
was so
funny.
great.
Great.
I loved
Yeah.
her. Yeah, she was so
Clearly
great.
improvising quite a bit of that, in my opinion. I don't know if that's factual, but
I don't either, but I don't care because it's truth now. So,
but when you watch her show, you'll be like, "Oh, she improvised a lot of that."
well,
Like,
probably
she
they
had
were
to.
like, "Hey," and then whatever her name is says something. That's probably what the script says. You know?
"Yeah."
we dare not give you your line. You just do it for yourself.
She's
I
very,
love
very
that.
funny.
That's great. I didn't know it was the same person. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, she has another show, Killing Eve, which I didn't include on this. I don't even think it's not in my honorable mentions or anything, but she's just a really good reliably good writer, and I can see why she's getting all the attention she's getting now.
Cool.
And she's winning awards for this. Like,
Yeah.
even Marvelous Mrs. Maisel won for the SAG Awards, which is just actors voting for actors, and the Marvelous Mrs. Maisel won Best Ensemble, and they went on stage. And every single person that went up to the mic and said, "This is clearly a mistake. This Fleabag should have won this."
Yeah.
Everybody fucking loves Fleabag, so I mean, it's not an error, you know? Like,
Yeah.
it's a great fucking show. Highly recommend it.
Cool.
You guys would laugh your ass off at this stuff. Oh my god! In the first season, this is not the second season. The second season is about her. It's about her befriending a priest and kind of falling for him along the way. And there's a lot of conversations about faith and stuff like that. There's some really great shit in the second season. First season though. There's a guy in the very first opening scene. She has anal sex with a guy, and then even though there's only 6 episodes, some time goes by before we see these people again, and she'll have to remind the audience who the guy is that she's with, and the way that she introduces the guy is she just goes, "Fuck me up the ass." She'll be like at a dinner table with the guy with her family. And the godmother or her dad will be like, "How did you two meet?" And she'll just look at the camera and go, "Fuck me up the ass." And then he'll tell the story of how they met. There's some brilliant comedy that explaining it fails completely. You guys really gotta watch the show. It's so fucking good.
All right.
Anyway, 13.
Once I get more caught up, I'll throw it in the queue.
Yeah. It's and it's a short watch too. Like you'll be
Yeah.
like, "Oh, cool, we're in and out and we're done." It's like a movie more or less.
Gotcha.
And I'm almost done already. With I started my rewatch like 2 nights ago. I'm already almost done with the rewatch. It's super fast.
Cool.
And you don't want to stop. So 13 now. Kyle, what's your 13? Kyle died.
I was on mute because I was eating chips. I'm sorry.
God damn it! No, I'm just kidding.
I was like, my number 13 is 13 Ghost. My number 13 is Catch 22.
Ooh.
Wow!
Woman for me. Dude, that's high for you.
Yeah, we like that show.
I imagine you going from. Hold on. Let me do it on the mic real quick. I imagine you going. Really like that show.
Leaning forward. Leaning backwards anymore.
Dude, that show was fucking legitimately hilarious.
That
really
show, so
So
speaking
good.
of comedies, this show made me
Clooney
laugh
did a fucking
so
great job
hard.
with that show, yeah.
I may have had my biggest laughs of the year in this show. I think. I mean, I don't know. Well, we got maybe a show starting with a B coming up. I don't know. But this show really made me laugh. I've heard nothing about amazing things about this book. Like, oh, you'd love it. You'd love it. Oh, you don't know me. I don't read. So obviously I wouldn't love it.
Refuse to read.
You have no idea who I am if you think I would love that. But I'm really glad that they made. I know there was a movie of it and stuff like that from like the 70s or 80s or something. But this was a really fucking awesome version of this book. I imagine. I have no idea. I've never read the book, but I had such a fucking great time with this TV show. I thought it was super funny. It was star-studded. I don't really know who that main guy is, but he's super fun.
He's in The Sinner. He's Jessica Biel's husband in The Sinner.
Oh, whoa, okay.
So that's where I know him from.
See, I've
And-
never-
It
I've
Comes
never
at
seen
Night.
that.
And Comes at Night.
Oh,
He's
yeah, no.
He's the guy who shows up.
Yes,
with his family.
Yeah.
They say, yeah. They time.
He's going places, man. He's really good.
I like
Yeah, he's
him.
good.
I like him a lot in this show. And there are just some. They do a who's on first type joke. That's just like, I even forget what it was. Do y'all remember what I'm talking about? Like,
No, I remember what you mean.
Vaguely. I've seen so many fucking shows.
I
like
know
a
that's the
February
thing. That's
show
why
or something.
even I'm forgetting. I'm like, man, I remember it's a who's on first type joke, but like it's just so fucking hilarious.
Oh, I do remember. Oh my god. He's like talking to a superior officer.
It's his name is Major.
It's
His name is
Major,
Major.
yeah.
And they're like, he's a major, and they're like, no, that's his name. And there's like major. And it's this ongoing joke that goes the entire season.
Yeah, because he's getting fucking promoted.
He just keeps on getting promoted because his name is Major, and it's the most hilarious thing in the entire world. And he's not equipped for anything that he's doing.
The guy that's responsible for all the trades and shit. It's like, yeah, we're giving the Koreans 50 hens, and they're giving us this. Like,
No,
we're getting these raw peaches in
we're
here.
We're stealing stuff, and I'm reselling it. You know?
all that shit was so zany, man.
I'm telling you, it's one of the funnest times I had watching the show all year, and I had to represent it. I feel like it's pretty high. 13, that's pretty high in our great year. Yeah. Not even on either of y'all's lists, so apparently too high.
Not an honorable mention. I remember really, really liking it, and there are some scenes that are, even for a a show that skews, it's more like Coen's brother comedy.
Yeah,
because it comes really nihilistic at the end.
There's some haunting shit.
It really is. He's like, I'm going to do all. You don't want to trade? I'm just going to do all my flights all at once. And they're like, yeah, you're still in it, bud. We're going to raise the number again. Just like there is some really haunting stuff in it. I really enjoyed this show. Like it stuck out to me all year. So yeah. Kept it on there.
Clooney did not just a great job acting. I'm pretty sure this was his bag.
I think he produced it or something.
Yeah.
He directed the pilot and probably.
I think that's true. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
maybe a couple episodes.
Yeah, I think he did help develop the show. So good for him for bringing that to life because it deserved a good representation. I think the movie is like okay received. Like I don't think it's. I could be mistaken.
It's the book that's still going to
qualify with. You need to read the book.
But I remember there is a movie adaptation, and I don't think that people don't talk about it as much as another example is Clue, like an older thing that people talk about still to this day. Nobody talks about the Catch-22 movie. So I mean, I feel like the TV show kind of gave it that. I mean, even though it kind of it's still under the radar. Even though 2019 is a great year, it's like, what the fuck, man? What happened? People
slept on the show. Like, I'll be like, hey, did you watch Catch-22? They're like, I don't know what that is. I'm like, okay.
All right, well, you know books? Or...
Yeah. Do you read? I don't even read, and I know that book, you fuckwad.
The expression comes from the fucking book. We know what it is. Come on, man.
Oh, and that whole part with the guy from Congo, when he's like describing, why is it Catch-22? Why not Catch-68 or whatever? Like, that's my favorite. That's literally my favorite scene in the entire show. Because it's stupid. Like, it's just like they're just talking about how language is dumb and like I don't know.
Language is.
There's a lot to take away from just that scene. Like, and it's just like it's really weird that it's trapped in this like weird comic. But that's the whole point of the book too. You know, it's just like
it's palindrome-ish.
It is, yeah, absolutely. But it's also like pre-nihilistic nihilism. Like like it's really I don't know. I really enjoy the whole concept of the book and the show and that whole speech and everything.
We got JD. What's your 13? I swear to God. I'm just kidding.
It is Sex Education, sir.
Oh man, we're pushing that into the 10s, my friend.
Whoa, really? You like that show that much? Good for you.
Wow.
Oh, is that Arsenio Hall? No, that's just keyboardist. Okay.
Seriously though, I want to watch Catch-22 again only because I had Hulu with ads back then, and that fucking. God, that shit.
That makes you step away and you're like, oh shit, it's back.
I can't fucking do it for the hour-long shows. I can do it for like How I Met Your Mother, where it's like
a 30
minute. Yeah, you're rewatching shit, but for new stuff,
that's why I haven't resubbed. That's the main reason I haven't resubbed because I hate ads. I hate them so much.
Yeah, I mean now I'm doing Hulu without ads, so
financially.
Yeah, I'm living the good life. Hulu without ads. So we're good.
So my number 13 is another show that you guys haven't watched. I don't even know how to say it. Pen 15.
Oh yeah, no,
penis.
I do remember you talking about this one. So at least I don't feel crazy.
Tell me about your penis.
So me and Jeff have a secret chat that we're talking about movies that you don't know about, JD.
You guys. Okay, get it. You get hit by one tornado, your friends disown you.
That's what it was.
Oh yeah, that's how I felt.
Time frame, and I was like, "Fuck JD."
Yeah, but
I'm just gonna talk to Kyle.
I don't know about.
This show is it's on Hulu. Actually, Hulu has a lot of representation on this list because I just talked about one. Castle Rock.
Right.
There's I don't think there's any other Hulu shows on here, but this is the only other Hulu show. Pen 15 though is that's what I'm gonna call it because that's how it's stylized. Whatever. But it's by these two women that wrote the show. based on it's funny. It's funny as fuck because I say they're women because they're adult women playing 15-year-old versions of themselves.
Oh, you've told me about this.
Yes.
Okay.
You remember now.
I just don't remember the name, but I remember the premise of the show
Yeah.
and who's involved now.
But they grew up when we grew up in high school, so they are there's scenes. I mean, this show will take you way the fuck. This show will take you back, man, because we lived through all this stuff that they're going through.
Yeah.
This is mid-2000s high school, middle school shit.
Yeah.
So you will watch this and remember all. There's an entire episode dedicated to them chatting with somebody on AIM. And like
ASL, baby.
yeah, dude, it's not just the comedy works. Not just on their level because they're a totally different gender talking about their experiences in high school,
right?
Like shaving their legs and shit like that, and having to be women and growing women or little women. Not directed by Greta Gerwig though. But to be growing up as women in high school, that's a totally different experience than what we went through. But there's so much nostalgia here that I latched onto this show so fucking easily, and you guys will too whenever you guys catch it. Because it's only one season so far. It got renewed, but it's only one season so far on Hulu. 10 episodes, I think. Really, really funny, like kind of bizarro humor. Like
I remember you mentioning it now.
Almost borderline David Wayne-esque type of humor from like Children's Hospital.
Okay.
Where it's like really fucking bizarre humor, and you're like, why are they acting this way? Nobody acts this way for real. Absurd type shit.
Okay.
Really, really funny though. But yeah, there's a lot of mid-2000s references that kind of like just spoke. This is like my nostalgic pick, even though it's a totally new show. But nobody waxes poetic about that fucking era. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's just kind of like a thing that happened. And I feel like this gave that a voice for once. So that's why I love it.
It's kind of weird that nobody does. That we don't have that nostalgia.
Yeah, it's always like early 90s or
I think
80s.
that everybody that remembers it,
because it's a weird fashion era.
Everybody that remembers the 90s from a teenager standpoint was alive in the 80s, so they nostalgize over that. We do kind of make a point of that for the late 90s, but once you get to past 2011, like we don't.
Yeah, this is like 2001 or 2 or something like that, and you'll be like, "Oh, I remember all that shit."
Right.
Like, it's just crazy how it'll just come flooding back to you when you watch the show.
And it's
on top of it being a funny show.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
it's
cool.
really, really good.
That's cool. What's your screen name, bro?
Well, yeah, that entire episode is just like, oh my god, that was my life for like a year. Jesus Christ,
dude! I used to talk with like random people from chat rooms and shit.
I used to. There used to be a download sharing method you can use in AIM, and I befriended a total stranger just downloading his fucking music from him using AIM.
That's probably child porn.
That's crazy. No, it was.
Don't say that.
It was music. How dare you? It was like singer-songwriter music.
It's probably true.
It's how I found out about like Andrew Bird and fucking obscure singer-songwriters like that. Anyway, so that was my 13. So we're at 12 now. So Kyle, what's your 12?
My number 12 is. Oh, it's going to get pushed. Russian Doll?
Oh, synced!
Hey, no, we're pushing. We're
God
pushing to the
damn it.
10. Sorry, we're pushing to 10.
Good. It deserves to be there. So I'm actually, JD, you failed. Jeff, you passed. Good job. Yeah, good job. Don't
JD,
judge me. I don't care if it's at my number 12.
Maybe the next 3 will just be pushes and we'll end the episode. What's your number 12, JD?
Well, that is my number 12.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So my number 12 is Glow. What are we doing?
Push to the 10.
Push to the
Forgot
10.
about that show completely. I'm so sorry. I'm so
What the
sorry. I know.
fucking shit?
The best season they had. I'm so sorry.
Arsenio Hall and the Keys is really mad.
It's not even in my fucking honorable mentions. Like, how did it not
Oh my
get added?
god. I just watched the part in the video where the keyboardist takes off his sunglasses like he means business. Push. He's like, takes off sunglasses. Push it.
Push it.
Oh, man. It's great. So, yeah, Glow is my 12. So now we're back to 11. Here we go. Whoa. 11. Millie Bobby Brown calling us for 11.
Number 11.
Kyle, what's your 11?
Yeah, my app crashed. I'm sorry. Give me just a second, and I will figure this out.
Momentum killer.
I'm sorry, I have it right here. My number 11. Oh, it's definitely getting pushed. I'm so sorry, guys. You're gonna hate me for this. Too Old to Die Young.
Oh my god!
Wait. Yeah.
We're just gonna wait out the music at this point and sit in silence.
Yeah, it's fine.
Stare at each
Yeah.
other. Because that's what the show would do.
I feel like Jeff reacted internally worse than I did.
Yeah. No, y'all like
We'll just wait until we get
when
to
y'all were
Watchmen and you guys
months
fuck
of
that
just
show.
like
What?
Kyle's gonna love this show, and I liked it greatly. Loved is a strong word. way overhyped it, guys. Way, and that's probably y'all's fault, not the show's fault. So.
No, it's not. It took that to get you to watch it.
And I watched it and
dare you.
really enjoyed it. Top 11 enjoyed it even.
Miles Teller's spitting somewhere right now.
He
I
is.
think,
Not me.
This is egregious, and
I know.
I do not accept this.
This may have been. I may have found the line of like what is too weird for me with this guy. So.
Okay.
So are we at JD's 11?
11. Yeah.
Okay.
Undone.
Wow, that's a great pick. I didn't even realize you finished that
I
show.
loved
What's Undone?
every fucking
That is an honorable mention
second.
for me.
What's Undone?
That is a great
show.
fucking show.
That show blew my goddamn mind all over the place.
What is it?
When it's what's her face from Alita, Battle Angel? Can't remember
Rosa
her name.
Salazar.
Rosa
Okay.
Salazar.
Yeah.
Bob Odenkirk, and it's the one that's like animated like the Scanner Darkly.
Oh, what?
He is her father, and he's trying to guide her through this almost.
So she thinks. Yes.
So yes, there's a mental illness angle where she could be fucking crazy, or she's seeing her father and
Is
he's
this on
helping
Netflix?
her.
What is this on? What do you?
It is on
Amazon.
Prime.
Yeah, Amazon Prime.
And he-
Amazon getting good representation
Yeah,
in our
dude.
list,
Alright.
too. Yeah.
He's helping to guide her to this truth about his death, basically.
Yeah.
And so you as the viewer are like, is she crazy or is this real? And it's
Oh,
up
man.
until the very end.
Dude, this is a
I mean,
Kyle
dude,
show. Y'all should have been talking
it's
about this
so
show.
fucking Kyle.
Oh yeah, Kyle. Especially
Never even
because,
heard of this
you
show.
guys-
I
you
literally
guys-
didn't even know these two people when a
talked about it
TV
so
show
much.
together.
You guys, let me tell you guys. You guys partake in things that are fun. Let me just say that.
true.
I don't. I have
I mean, you
listeners
guys
that
will-
listen to this that definitely
I mean-
don't know that, and that's not true.
That was your car keys.
Jeff thought my vape pen was my car keys, and guess what it's called? It's called the low key because it's
man.
low key and it looks like keys.
I don't get it. No, don't do the air horns. I don't get it.
Yeah, this show, especially for somebody that partakes in fun shit on the regs. Yeah, Kyle, you will. Oh my god, dude, you lose your shit when you see the show.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's great, man. The animation
Dude,
style
so
is
good.
tops. Absolutely.
That Scanner Darkly thing has always worked for me.
Me too.
Yeah. I've never
and-
seen that. It's a Richard Linklater.
Scanner
movie.
Darkly is
Yeah,
awesome,
Downey
dude.
Jr.,
Are you
Keanu,
kidding? Yeah, that movie is
it's
super
good.
great.
It's really, really good.
Yeah, dude, it's super. It's not like I know that like when you watch the trailer,
Yeah,
you're like,
it'd be
oh, the
fitting.
gimmick is like the art style. It's not the story. Like it's a good
No,
movie.
the story
Yeah,
is legit.
it's a great-
I've only seen it one time.
It's about
and it still
surveillance
resonates
and
with
stuff,
me.
right? And like it's surveillance and identity, and
Yeah.
it's got a lot.
It's
It's got a
so
lot
wild
going
to
on
me.
with it.
It's just so wild to me that that's a Richard Linklater movie.
Yeah,
it's
it's
so
not,
fucking
not
wild.
normal for
that
him
dude is not
at all.
He doesn't do movies like that,
Yeah.
like ever. Like
Yeah.
look at his entire repertoire, and you'll be like,
Yeah.
where does that fit at all?
No-
It doesn't make
nowhere.
any sense.
Yeah. But dude, yeah, Kyle, easy watch. It's 30-minute episodes. I think there's 10.
Yeah, there's 10.
Maybe some of them are like closer
And
to
it
40
ends on a
minutes.
cliffhanger, but I think they've been saying it's a mini series, so we'll see.
Yeah,
We'll see.
I think it is one of those Inception intentionally ambiguous endings where
Yeah.
it is kind of what you want it to be.
Yeah.
Because I know where I feel, but I also
Same.
could be convinced very easily of the other side.
Absolutely.
I haven't done enough deep
Rosa
dive videos
Salazar,
of it.
this is one of my favorite performances of the year, honestly.
Yeah.
Not just because, I mean, you can kind of tell that she's acting for real, and they kind of somehow shadowed it with animation.
Yeah.
But she's just such a natural, dude.
Yeah,
she's amazing.
I don't know what it is about her, but she is so
She
magnetic
did it.
to
She
me.
killed it in Man Seeking Woman. Like, she was like,
Oh,
the
she was so
perfect-
great in that.
She was like
See, I
the
didn't see
perfect
that.
girlfriend in that show.
I didn't see that.
Oh,
And she's
that
such a
Katie, you would
natural.
love that show.
That's an FX show, right?
yeah.
It was, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's by the guy who's doing, now he's on TBS doing Miracle Workers with Daniel Radcliffe. and
Okay.
Steve Buscemi.
I want to
as
start
God.
that actually.
Oh, I
yeah,
want- yeah.
I want to check that out.
It's good. It's not as good as Man Seeking Woman, because that show is
Man
next
Seeking
fucking
Woman
level
was
great.
so
Okay.
good.
Now, Man Seeking Woman has Jay from
Jay Baruchel,
all the
yeah.
shit, right?
It's
Yeah.
like 3 perfect seasons. Like it's
Yeah, and-
so fucking good.
And Man Seeking Woman was like a couple seasons of him just with random women, and then one season of him with Rosa Salazar.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I
yeah.
remember,
And that
I remember
season
the
was
marketing.
aces.
Yeah, it was.
I remember the marketing, and it was him like going on a date with an alien and like just a bunch of weird shit.
Really
No,
Like
because
going,
it's, how
no,
I once Jeff kind of pitched it to me, like it's like you know how JD's always like JD in Scrubs is always having, because he was trying to appeal to me because he knew I like Scrubs. How is this having like fever dreams? The whole show was a JD Scrubs fever dream. I'm like,
okay.
I'm in
it's
on
like,
that.
Remember
Yeah.
when he runs
No,
into
that's
his
a good way.
ex-girlfriend at a party and her new boyfriend is like a literal Nazi?
Yeah.
That's how it feels sometimes when you see your girl with a new guy.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
You're
It's
just
just
like, it's like a literal Nazi.
You're like,
it's
oh yeah,
cartoonish and
I hate it
exaggerated.
for every reason.
Like him and Eric Andre have a fight over because they like the same girl, and they have a kaiju
Yeah.
fight in the middle of New York. Like that's what we're dealing with.
It's
like,
so dumb.
yeah,
It's so great. I
may
love
be
it.
one of the greatest comedies of the last 10 years. So
Yeah, it's great, man.
Okay.
It's relatable because of you understand its exaggeration.
you get it. No,
Like, you're like,
Jeff. Again,
yeah.
I think the very first scene you ever showed me was when they're sitting at like the death con table talking about how he's gonna text the girl back. And like
Yes.
I'm fucking in. Like I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's like a
such a great scene.
Doctor Strangelove type situation.
It's
Oh,
They're
exactly
in a
like
war
Doctor
room.
Strange. I was like, "What
Yeah,
the night?" And like, there's like women in there trying to direct them. But there's like a male general. He's like, "That's stupid," like, and they're all collaborating and fighting over how he's gonna like create this 2 or 3 word text message back to like, "Hey," like the girl just says "Hey" to him or whatever. Like, how are we gonna
So
deal with
rich.
this, man? Like it's just
I love
so
it. It's like internal monologue to the most exaggerated
absolutely,
degree. It's
yeah.
so brilliant. I don't even remember where we are.
So I did Undone. That was mine.
That was your 11.
11. So
That's
you're
a great
11
one,
now.
and I do want to rewatch that. Actually, that's
Cool.
a really good one
Cool,
to
cool, cool.
rewatch because
Yeah, man.
it plays like a movie. It's great.
Yeah, it really does.
So my 11 is going to get pushed 100%. It's the OA.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I got really
pushing
mad
that.
the show got canceled and I didn't put it on here. Sorry.
Netflix's bullshit out.
No, I didn't take it on the show. I just I think I forgot the show came out this year. That
Oh,
another one I
okay.
just forgot completely
Okay.
because I'm just like, because Netflix.
Well, I'm,
Because
Yeah.
Netflix
I'm happy JD.
fucked me.
I've got that. I mean, that's
Can I just say, if I remember the 08, it would probably be
pretty
pushed
high
all
for
the
me.
way to number 3 or something like that. So
Yeah, I mean, I've.
Oh,
I've got,
I totally know that.
I've
Yeah.
got that
That's
in my
why I
top
said it
5.
was going to be pushed. I expected you to push it.
yeah. No, it should be all the way up.
Yeah, I will just say my 6 through 4 is weird shit. All weird shit. Really, 6 through 3 is weird shit.
So that means Legion's in there and watch.
There's some unpredictable shit
Yeah.
in mine.
Hey, same, JD.
In my 10, but at the
Correct.
same time, when you hear my 10, you'll be like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I feel. I felt like you're prepping me for a really cucky list, but when I hear your list, I'm like, oh no, his list was right.
Yeah, there's only one show you guys haven't seen.
Yeah,
Well,
that's what I figured. Like,
Maybe
I just,
two
I'm trying.
two that you haven't seen.
I'm trying to
Kyle,
like
but,
formulate
one
it
that
in
you
my
guys all
head,
haven't
like
seen.
what your list looks like, and right now I'm just like, oh, I can't even imagine. But I know I'm gonna, I know.
So I do want to go ahead and put a episode ender here and just thank everybody for listening because we're about to go into our top 10 and please listen next
Yeah,
week.
and we're both
when we go into
totally-
our top 10.
we're hanging
both
up this call.
Totally sober and hanging up this call. It's totally realistic.
When we
Yeah, we're gonna
start
drive home
next
and then we're gonna come back
episode,
later.
we'll be started at 0 and we get to drink.
We'll be so fucking hammered by 2. So thanks for listening. EoC Pod is like the shorthand on Twitter and Letterboxd. Go find us there. Facebook and shit. We're on all the social medias. Please go find us. And talk to us, man. Tell us your favorites in TV. And find us for our
I would
top
like
10.
to see other people's lists. That would be great.
I would be super fascinated because it's like such a great year that like every time somebody had given me different answers for their every time somebody would give me different answers for like their top 10 or whatever, like if Fosse Verdon made it in there, I'd be like, yeah, okay. Even though it's not my honorable mentions or anything, I love that show that I was like, okay,
Yeah.
like I'd get it. Like certain shows would make it in that I totally get it. Like the stuff that made award shows, I totally fucking get. Except for the Kaminsky Method on fucking Netflix. It's Michael Douglas and Alan Alda being old. It's not a great show, guys.
I'm not going to try my Alan Alda this week, I swear. That was bad.
Is it Alan Alda? Arkin. I'm sorry. Arkin! The one who talks like this!
Oh, from Sons! He was
Yeah.
in Sons!
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he was the cigar shop owner.
Oh.
Alan Arkin.
I don't remember him.
I just
Zobel with Henry Rollins as like his little minion.
I think you're thinking of the other Arkin.
Oh,
They're brothers.
they are brothers.
They're brothers.
They're happy and they're singing and they're colored. That's an old school fucking
Wayans,
reference.
yeah.
Dude, no, but we did that on this podcast like in the first couple episodes.
We did.
And y'all were just like, did you just fucking do a Wayans Brothers reference? It's like, fuck yeah, dude.
Fuck yeah, we remember all that shit, dude. Anyway, so tune in for that. So it's the top 10 TV 2019. It's gonna be epic. And thanks.